We are coming to you live from the Sultanate of Oman, known for its rich history, diverse culture and stunning landscapes. Oman is a prominent center for trade and commerce. A country rich in heritage and natural wonders, the Sultanate of Oman successfully balances tradition and modernity. But the epicenter for all the action now lies at the Oman Cricket Academy in Al Amirat, as the 6th edition is all set to take center stage. Here's a look at the previous editions and the winners as well. India won the inaugural edition in 2013, led by the mercurial Surya Kumar Yadav, who's taken off to national duties now in the T20 format for the country. Sri Lanka enjoyed a good run in 2017 and 18, and after that it's been Pakistan all the way. These were played in the 50-over format. This time around, though, for the first time in the history of the emerging teams, it'll be played in the T20 format. All eyes will be on the Bangladesh A side. They boast of a very good variety of youth and experience in their side, led by quite a few players who represented Bangladesh in the T20 international format, as well as many as 9. And Hong Kong, China, Anshuman Radde, been in the thick of things. Mohammad Aizaz Khan as well will have a role to play. It's going to be a cracker of a start to the men's T20 emerging teams Asia Cup 2024. Bangladesh A taking on Hong Kong, China. Day 1, match 1. We are coming to you live from the Oman Cricket Academy. Well, certainly it's this team that will certainly want to make an impression. They've been in the thick of things. Watch out for quite a few players. One of them certainly will be their mercurial all-rounder Rakib Al Hasan, who was chatting with Suhas Vedam some time back.
We've got Rakib Al Hasan of Bangladesh A with us. Welcome, Rakib. Firstly, how eager are you to do well in a prestigious tournament of this kind?
Yes, I'm very much excited to do well in here because it's a good tournament, and you know the T20 games is always exciting and more competitive, so I want to do well.
Have you assessed the conditions already? Do you think the spinners will be very handy here?
I think so, because it's similar to our country, Bangladesh, so hopefully we'll do well.
And finally, how's the mood in the camp before a big tournament?
Yeah, it's very good. We are a good team and we are prepare ourselves well, and hopefully we will win the match, inshallah.
One of the senior sides, right? One of the senior members as well in the side. All the very best. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Rakib Al Hasan will certainly have a role to play, but all eyes on Hong Kong, China. They've come in early. They've played the Tri-Nation Series, joint winners with Afghan Abdalian. They certainly have a measure of things in this part of the world and the conditions as well. How will the surface play? We'll need to gather some intelligence. Sikandar Bakht and Salman Butt with the pitch report.
Well, it's a warm afternoon here in Oman, Muscat. Well, it's a grand tournament right here. We're looking at this pitch, looking at this surface. It's early days for all the teams, mind you. So they'll be a little skeptical as to how to approach, what to do. I've got Salman Butt alongside me. Salman, when you look at this surface, you want to wear those gloves and take that bat.
Well, it depends. You see, when I was here last time, the ball was run nicely to the keeper. The bounce was there. The shots off the back foot came off for the players. But now it's a fresh start to a tournament, fresh pitch. So I think you'd better see before going before you go out to bat, you would like to see what the pitch behaves like. So that initial assessment, if you bat first, just for a couple of overs, maybe it does a world of good to the batting side. Otherwise, you win the toss, I think sides would like to chase.
So I would like to change. Now you look at the surface over here, equal grass covering, very compact.
Yeah, it is compact. It has equal grass covering, and it's firm as well, you see. It's firm. If you try to knock it hard, you'll have some pain in your fingers. So I think the ball will definitely carry, and players would enjoy some, shot making off the back foot.
Yeah, the average scores around here is around 140, but this surely looks like something which would be a lot more than that. Let's find out what the captains would like to do when the time comes.
Right, it's a little gloomy, it's a little windy as well, a gale of breeze blowing across the ground, and quite certainly it's a perfect setting for a wonderful occasion as well. What a grand start beckons at this point in time. Certainly both the teams will get into last-minute discussion mode. They want to bring their A-game forward, they want to start off well. Just the right time to head across to the 22 yards as well, as Sikandar Bakht is standing by with both the captains for the all-important toss.
It's toss time here, the big moment for the ACC Men's T20 Emerging Asia Cup, and the two sides alongside me. I've got Akbar Ali, the captain of Bangladesh A, and next to him is Nazakat, the captain of Hong Kong, and our match referee, Mr. Manoj Mendes. You've got the coin, Akbar, I suppose.
Tails.
Tails is the call? It's heads.
Me win. We're going to bowl first.
You won the toss, Akbar. Firstly, what are you going to do?
We are going to bowl first.
It's the opening game. It's always a trial for a little while to understand how do you reach this wicket and the decision that you made.
I guess wicket is looking like pretty dry, and as we have heard that it's a pretty new wicket, but so we just want to take some early advantage of this wicket.
It's an opening game, so asking you what team is it will be difficult, but what kind of combination are you looking on this surface? More spin kind of attack or more all-rounders?
We have 3 seamers and 3 spinners basically, so I think we have all the things in the armory, so we are really hopeful.
You've decided to chase over here, so a quick one. What kind of score are you looking will be comfortable enough?
As I mentioned, it's look like a dry wicket, so we have to be very smart in the assessing the wicket, and we have to be bowl our at best to restrict them in very low score.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Nazakat, happy batting first?
Well, yeah, I would like to bowl first as well, but toss is not in control. But yeah, we have to bat well now.
Now, you recently played that series over here, Tri-Nation. What kind of scores are you looking at now since you're batting first? What is a comfortable, safe zone?
Well, the most important thing is that first 6 over we have to capitalize on it, and then from there we gotta make sure that if we have a very good start, then we are looking to score 160 plus on this wicket, despite of we have good spinners in our team. And yeah, we are familiar with these pitches. We have played Tri-Nation here as well, and yeah, we are ready to go.
So batting first, what are we looking at? Any target that you have in mind in terms of batting first score?
Well, anything 160 plus, I would say.
Yep.
I know that it's a little bit of more target, but we have to bat extremely well to try and defend that.
Good luck, Nazakat.
Thank you so much.
All right, so it's Bangladesh A who have won the toss, and they've decided that they are going to chase it down.
Day 1, match 1, all set for this cracker of a contest. Hong Kong China led by Nazakat Khan. Watch out for Anshuman Rath opening the innings with Zishan. They are a very formidable opening pair. Babar Hayat, he is the fulcrum around which the batting will revolve. Martin Kudze as well, a top-order batter used as a floater. Aizaz has developed as a batter. And then you get into the all-rounders in Nasrullah, Yasim, Ehsan, the old war horse for Hong Kong China. Atikullah and Ayush confirm the final 11 and the bowling as well for the Hong Kong China. They, of course, will be batting first in this contest as Bangladesh A have decided to bowl first. Akbar Ali earlier the captain of the under-19 team that went on to lift the title in 2020, and he has his lieutenants as well. Parvez, Jishan Saif, Tawhid Rudoy, Shamim, these players, some of them already part of the T20 side against India recently in the T20 series. And then you get into the bowlers as well in Rakibul, Rajar and Ripon. It's going to be a great contest, great start. As many as 8 teams, 8 match days and 15 matches. Well, the umpires make their way to the middle, and just the right time to introduce my co-commentator as well this afternoon, former Pakistan captain, World Cup winning player. An absolute pleasure to be sitting alongside Salman Butt. Salman, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mikhail. And it's a great opportunity for lots of young players to come out there and express themselves and use this pathway, use this platform to further enhance and to move up into their national sides. And a lot of them have already represented their countries. 8, namely players from Bangladesh: Naeem, Tawheed Hirdoy, Shamim Hussain, Haider Roni, Parvez Iman, Saif, Rakibul and Ripon. So lots of experience, international experience in the Bangladeshi side. And on the other hand, we have Hong Kong, who have a few very experienced cricketers. Zishan is going to open, the wicketkeeper batter. He used to play the club next door where I used to play back in Lahore.
All right, quite a few players have really moved on from their respective native countries to play for other countries, but quite certainly they made an impression, made a good name for themselves, and they're making it count as well. And that's why this contest in the Asian region and the emerging teams becomes all that more competitive as well, Salman.
Yes, Indeed, they provide a lot of skill to these nations where cricket is not the first sport. And these boys, when they take up professional cricket, for them, they create a difference. And they've been around for a number of years now, doing good to their teams. On the other side, it's Anshuman, another guy with 65 matches, so lots of experience, decent average for T20, 23.62, and a strike rate which definitely would want to improve, highest of 72, and pretty young, 26 years old.
Yeah, he's played a lot of domestic cricket in India as well before plying the trade with Hong Kong, China. He was amongst runs as well in the Tri-Nation series against Afghan Abdalian and Oman, which recently concluded. Couple of 50s. Ripon Mondal will begin proceedings. Just 21 years of age, an economy a little under 10. Will need to improve that. But what an exciting time. Conducive conditions here, Salman?
Yes, at the moment overcast and not a lot of breeze blowing. So pretty static and quite humid. The pitch is evenly covered by grass. You can feel the firmness as you touch it, and now it's for the bowlers.
All set for ball one in the emerging teams. Ripon steams in, wrapped on the pads, half-hearted appeal, cheer in the crowd. You can sense the excitement because this is going to be a long tournament, and Bangladesh quite certainly are making the right noises up front. We are all set for a cracker of a tournament.
Yes, nothing in the air in terms of the movement, just skidding off the pitch, as we anticipated earlier on that the ball will come on. We might see some good carry, and the batter who spends some time on it might have a good time later on, swinging through the line as well.
Swing and a miss, slip in place, waiting to get that activated. Good bowling, just seaming away from the right-handed batter. Zishan Ali has been one of the prolific run scorers.
Yes, a touch of movement away, and already Zishan has thought about swinging through the line, and that is exactly what he tried. Missed the ball completely, but yes, the ball is coming on. The two deliveries that we have seen have skidded off the surface, and the batters, well, they will want to make the most of it.
He's bowling the right lanes, right channels. Just a quick play information on that man as well, Zishan Ali. Meanwhile, Salman, you are at the pitch. You can give us a perspective on that.
Yes, even covering of grass, and it's pretty firm, and most likely that the ball will carry to the keeper at a nice height, so therefore enabling batters to play off the back foot. Those big shots might be seen. So the bowlers, their line and length would matter a lot on this pitch. Better not to provide any room to the batters.
Keep it tight, keep it in the channels. Batting second has been helpful in these conditions. That's a very good delivery. Just what you were saying, Salman.
Yes, I've been here before with the Singapore side as a head coach, and what we saw was plenty of good carry to the keeper, good pace on the ball, and batters enjoy that once they are set. And Hong Kong, well, it's nothing new for them. They were here then, and now they're here again. They've been touring this place quite often, so they know what the response of the pitch would be, although this is a fresh one, and they're playing in the center after a long time.
First runs on the board for Hong Kong, China, and Zishan as well. Single towards square leg. Zishan has been a prolific run scorer in 2024 for Hong Kong, China. 506 runs at an average of 42.2 with a strike rate of 152. His stay in the middle will be key. Watch out for the left-handed southpaw as well. Babar Hayat there in the dugout waiting for his turn.
Yes, it's Anshuman to take on the strike, and Zishan. I wonder, growing up as India and Pakistani young boys looking to play cricket for the national teams and thinking of playing against each other, and now they're both together opening for a third country.
Tentative push, but what a start here by Bangladesh. Just the one run of the first over. Ripon on target. It's 1 for 0 after over number 1. Take a look at the playing 11s of both the sides. Hong Kong, China have quite a few all-rounders in their side, and so do the Bangladesh A side. A mix of spin and pace for them. And all eyes will be on the bowling of Bangladesh. That's because they do carry a bit of mystery and variety and options as well. Left arm seam from the far end. Wrapped on the pads. Up go the fielders in unison. Close call. A direct hit at the keeper's end. An overthrow of a ricochet. All happening here at the Oman Cricket Academy. And the batters will benefit. I'll tell you what, the ball is doing a bit here.
Yes, it's a new ball, and certainly if you put it in the right place, it does respond. And just have a look, coming back off the surface, and could have been mighty close. Very lucky to survive Zishan. And his wicket is very important. He is one of 7 players in the international T20 circuit to have scored 500 plus runs at a strike rate of 150 plus. So his presence will be of utmost importance to his side, Hong Kong, and they'll be looking to get some runs from him. Overthrow.
Looks that he's made it comfortably over there. Just a little casual, but quick to react and respond for the ricochet and move for the second as well. They cannot afford anything silly at the moment. They're up against a very tidy, disciplined Bangladesh.
Yes, Bangladeshi bowlers, first 7 deliveries, they've been on target, hitting the right channels, right lengths, and getting just a bit of purchase from the pitch as well.
That's much better. And that's why it's important. Salman, you have to ask this question time and again. How important is the start in the first 6 overs? Caution with aggression, or you want to make the most of it? We'll have a look at that LBW decision as well.
Yes.
Your thoughts?
Once again, just have a look at that seam landing on the surface and getting the response moving in to the right hand, and that's always a difficult one for any right-hander, with the left arm coming over and swinging the ball back in. We've seen Wasim Akram, Irfan Pathan, lots of those sort of bowlers internationally getting batters trapped in front of the stumps, and exactly this could have been the case. Lucky Zishan to survive.
Yeah, just coming back to the delivery that comes into the right-handed batter, which becomes an automatic outswinger to the left-handed batter. You faced quite a few in your career.
Both the gentlemen I just named, I've faced them, and it's tough because you see it's movement in the air, off the pitch, and they were so accurate with this. There are others also. I remember facing Nathan Bracken, who could do the same, and so was Zahir Khan from India. Irfan Pathan together with RP Singh. Sometimes they would play 3 left-arm pacers doing the same thing.
Ashish Nehra as well during his days was very skiddy. Very lucky. Another shy at the stumps. Just giving the charge over there was Zishan. But is Abu Hidar as well doing similarly what you were talking about the other bowlers as well, getting that ball to come in?
Yes, it's always difficult for the right-handers to have a left arm over the wicket and bringing the ball back in. It's a difficult angle. And Zishan presumably coming down the pitch, looking to go over mid-wicket, premeditating the ball which is going to come in and trying to hit it with the swing. Not being successful on this occasion, but we can see the urgency there to get off to a flyer.
This time, intent shown. Will carve it away towards third for another single. So runs coming in singles at the moment. It's been a sedate start, and the batters are just about taking their time here.
Yes, credit to the Bangladeshi bowlers. They've hit the right channels. The batters, although they have shown the intent to go after the ball, but they haven't succeeded. And courtesy, good lines, good lengths, and getting some purchase.
Seeing a change in the field now, just seeing the intention of Zishan. Mid-wicket moves to deep mid-wicket. Fine leg comes in. In fact, deep mid-wicket moves kind of to deep square leg, and there's a long leg as well. And all he does is tucks it away for a single towards the same region, and he'll retain strike as well for over number 3. It's 8 for no loss. We're coming to you live from the Oman Cricket Academy. It's the 6th edition of the ACC Men's T20 Emerging Teams Asia Cup 2024. Day 1, match number 1, Bangladesh taking on Hong Kong, China. Bangladesh winning the toss and electing to bowl first in overcast conditions. Yeah, they've stuck to a good channel over here, and it's been a good start as well.
Watching Zishan, I get the feeling that he's looking for something in his zone, something slightly pitched up to go after, because he has been the man in form, 500 plus runs at a very, very healthy strike rate. Just struggling with this back of a length delivery. Important for the bowler Ripon to keep repeating what is disturbing Zishan.
Just going by his recent performances, Zishan has not been amongst runs in the 2 matches that he played in the Tri-Nation Series. He had scores of 3 and 5 in the 2 T20 matches. Just before coming into this game, he's a bit under pressure, and that's why he's maybe just taking his time over here.
Well, yes, he's already charged down the pitch once in the previous over, and he might have to repeat that because he's getting nothing from the bowler to hit. And we might see him, we might see something give.
Edged and taken. Bangladesh draw first blood. It's Ripon who strikes. Zishan's poor run continues. They lose their first wicket, but they've been rewarded for some persistency and great discipline in the middle.
Yes, consistent bowling that. Just have a look at this line and length. A touch of movement once again off the pitch, moving away, and the batter with just his hands and bat going, and nothing more behind the ball. The umpire has no trouble in giving the obvious. Zishan goes.
Brilliant start for Bangladesh, and out comes Captain Mohammad Nizakat Khan. Great numbers for him. Strike rate of little over 120, 1150 is a best of 81. Approaching 2,500 runs in this format, and he'll be up against a hostile Ripon. And that's what they've done. He's off the mark with a single towards mid-off. That'll ease the nerves as well for him. He's been the crisis man, the captain, the bailout situations he's always done for the Hong Kong China side, Salman. And he's in, that's because...
Yes, there it is. The reason why he has to come in now is that Zishan is gone to a good ball, pitching just behind length. And he hangs his bat, has nothing to offer. Ripon enjoys his first wicket. So it's the left-hander now, Anshuman.
Once again, looks like there's another edge over there. What an over, what a delivery, and what a catch by Captain Akbar Ali as well. This is brilliant bowling by Bangladesh and Ripon in particular. 2 batters in the same over depart, and Hong Kong China in deep trouble at 9 for 2.
Yes, you see once again the ball bouncing and a shot which is not fully played, half-hearted pull, and that is not going to work. Facing the short ball, you should be much more clearer in the head, and Nippon gets rewarded. Ball tight lines and then got the first one, and now the short one works for him as well, and Anshuman goes, and Hong Kong in early trouble, 2 for 9.
Off the mark, gets the inside half of the bat to get off the mark, but it's been a terrific over so far. And what a one it's been as well by Ripon. End of over number 3, it's 10 for 2. Well, this man certainly has made it count, and his captain will be feeling vindicated. 2 wickets for him, and what an over he bowled.
Yes, using the short ball to perfection, just bowling it around that off stump and head high, ideal bouncer, and the batter clearly not in control of the stroke, has to go.
A change in bowling from the far end, it's going to be Rejor, but certainly Ripon bowling rippers in the middle. Salman, 21-year-old lad, and what a way to make it count. Meanwhile, all eyes will be on Rejor if he can just continue to build on with the good work.
Yes, important for the bowlers to follow, to carry on the good work, and to make most of this wonderful start provided by Ripon. And it's good to see young Bangladeshi fast bowlers coming up and bowling aggressively, using the bounce available in the pitch to full effect and hitting the lengths. The bowling coach must be a happy man.
Yeah, they're stuck to a good channel, and you can see the batters wearing a picture of focus and concentration at the moment. The captain did mention at the toss as well that they have a good mix of pacers and spinners for conditions as well.
Yes, there's never been a shortage for spinners, good spinners for Bangladesh team, and a lot of their batters also very useful spinners, especially in these shorter formats of the game. And it's just that the new breed of young fast bowlers, they're coming up with good pace, bowling with an aggressive attitude, and are physically also appearing very different what they used to be once, and this is good to see. Good change that. It's important for Babar and Nazaka to now stick around, build a partnership.
Yeah, they're just cranking up the pace, getting that ball to bounce as well, cramping them for room. It's been a good start here by Bangladesh, Salman.
Indeed it is. They've opted to bowl first, and they've made use of this. Bowling in the right channels would have been of great importance, and that's what they have done. We haven't seen a full ball, we haven't seen a loose ball so far in this power play, and that is wonderful to see.
And courtesy that we haven't seen a boundary at all so far being scored. We are into the 4th over. Gives the charge, gets an outside edge, and that'll be the first boundary as well. A little streaky, a little lucky, but they all count. But that's how Babar plays his cricket in the middle.
Well, yes, it was building up, and this was on the cards. Somebody would charge down and try to create something out of a good delivery. And in the end, the intent won. Got him 4 runs. Not where he desired, but definitely the result has come in terms of a boundary. The first one, and important for Hong Kong to put some runs on the board and push the pressure back on the opposition.
Pulls it, gets plenty of bat on it, and that will quite certainly go the distance as well. First runs, rather home run here for Hong Kong China, and by Babar Hayat as well.
Absolutely. Rejor falls in the trap. He saw the batter charging on the previous delivery. He drops this one shot, reacts to the previous delivery and pays the price. And Babar just easily puts him over square leg for a huge 6. Babar is a tall man, and the ball, if you want to bowl a bouncer, it should be head high to be effective. This was there for the taking.
Much better. That one came in sharply as well. No width offered there, but it's been a productive over. 12 runs coming off the fourth. Hong Kong, China finding a move on, 22 for 2. Well, some amount of hard work here. It's going to be a laboured effort by Hong Kong, China, because they've lost two very fine batters very early. Work to do. Resurrection act. 22 for 2 after 4. Fuller this time. That's a lovely shot through the carpet. That'll certainly help Nizakat Khan's confidence. And he was a little full there, and he pounced on that one.
Well, yes, just a touch up closer to the batter, and he's taken the advantage. Just stood his place, and he swung through the line. Just have a look at that. And this is the first time Rippon has pitched up, and he's already conceded the boundary. So it's very important for bowlers having a look at how things are going in the middle. The length will be of great importance over here.
Absolutely, Salman. It's so important you don't err in line or length early on with the field up in the circle, still in the power plays. There again, an educated edge. Insurance in the deep, they get a single. How important are the first 6 overs? I go back to that same question I asked you some time back. What would go through your mind, Salman, in the first 6 overs?
Well, the situation that Hong Kong, China are now in, I think it's important that they do not lose another wicket in this first 6 overs, because Rippon has bowled well. He'll not bowl further because he'll only have one over left in his quota, and I think it's important that these two batters bat the length for Hong Kong. And Babar has other ideas. He's gone over mid-wicket, hasn't made a very fruitful connection, but he'll get a couple. So intention is there from the Hong Kong batters going after the bowlers. Yes, wanted to go over mid-wicket, but did not middle it. Still getting 2 runs, and it's clear that these two are going to go after the bowling. And now it will be important for Bangladesh to, hold on to their line and length and adjust accordingly.
Just waited on this one. Shy the non-strikers end. A lot of spark in the middle by the Bangladesh A side. They're buoyed by those 2 wickets early on. And sometime when the going is tough, take a look at the fielding as well. Look at that for reflex. When the going is tough, you've got to force the issue as a batter as well, Salman.
Yes, I mean, it's another form of attack. You see, when you're under pressure, you've lost wickets. But in this shorter format, you can't let the opposition, get away with that period. And rightly so, they've taken the risk. And there's another one. Top it, edging it, and it will fall safely. Another couple to Babar, who is chancing his arm.
He's making intentions very clear in the middle. It's the execution that matters. Taking the attack to the opposition, not holding back over here. He's taking the risk. But he needs to reap the rewards as well for that. Got an outside leading edge on that one. Very lucky. But this partnership now growing in stature and confidence. 22 in 12 deliveries. How impressive has Rippon been? 21 years of age. He's played 3 T20 internationals for Bangladesh. Already a best of 3 for 14. And he's just bringing in that experience today as well to the fore. Fuller this time down the ground, quick single, and he'll keep strike as well. This is good intent shown in the middle, and the rebuilding act is taking shape as well. That's a pensive dugout though. We're done with over number 5. Hong Kong, China, 32 for 2.
32 for 2 in 5. Excellent play so far. Now it's going to be trial by spin, says the captain. Gentle tap for a single, and you might see this to be a very ubiquitous side, especially when they're trying to measure what exactly Rakibul is going to do on this surface. "32 wickets in 34 games. Economy of 6.69. Very impactful because he tends to spin a web around the batters. Saw him leave the crease a little early. He got to time that little jump as well forward. Isn't that the case with the batters? I'm Suhas with them, joined by Sikandar Bhatt. Welcome to the Combox.
একদম টপেই থাকে জিসান।
Thank you so much, and welcome to you, welcome to all the viewers. First ever game of this ACC Men's T20 Emerging Asia Cup. Just looking at this final over of the power play, talking to the captain of the toss, was laying a huge emphasis on the fact that we need to have a good start. At the cost of 1 or 2 wickets, if you get around 45, you'd be happy, decent score. It's just the opening game, so everyone's trying to gauge what the surface is doing and how it's reacting.
They've been a little cautious playing the spinner as well. That's what we've seen so far. Despite the 2 wickets that they lost, it was good to see Hong Kong, China fight back with that 1-6. A statement sent to the opposition: if you bowl short, I will take you on. Will retain strike. Babar with that single. 6 gone, 35 for 2.
I'm unable to hear you. Not through the
Zishan left for 4. The struggle with the bat continues. Anshuman, surprised that he got out in that fashion. Usually a very good shot that he plays when the ball's exactly in that area. 8 of 5 for Nazakat. Babar is setting the tone nicely. 19 of 15. Lots of batting to come. That's exactly why Bangladesh would have talked about not getting relaxed just because it took the 2 wickets very early. Looks like it's going to be spin from both ends. Rabbi is ready. So is Babar. He's got to play another innings that will be called a bailout innings. Does this ever so often. Babar goes down the pitch to talk to the pitch and tell a few spots, don't misbehave. Excellent. What's been a wonderful sight so far with Bangladesh on the field is that they've made sure every time they can, they challenge a single run.
Yeah, you got to be good in all 3 departments, especially in this format, which is usually not much about specialists. It's more about being a handy cricketer, sort of an all-rounder. You could play a role in the field as well. Just a bit of a word there, the square leg umpire having a word with the keeper. That's Akbar Ali, the captain of Bangladesh A. Let's have a quick look at the power play. It's been a mixed bag. They've lost 2 wickets, yes. We've seen some good hitting from the batters too. Early movement, some nice bounce and carry there. Again, bounce does him on that occasion. Wasn't in control of it. And then some lucky shots, thick edges. Some good straight drives.
Muifuzur he's got to borrow a leaf out of his friend Rakibul's book. Ball to tidy over there.
Good boy, good boy.
And you will see more of singles as well. Something that they would have discussed, Hong Kong, China. Keep the scoreboard ticking, even if you're trying to measure exactly where the bowler is trying to land. Make sure the dot ball is minimized.
Shabash, shabash, Rabbi.
That's the best thing to do as a bowler, isn't it? If you don't have that rhythm, come back, try again. It was in the air for a brief moment.
Good boy, good boy.
Now Nizakat will have time to think about that shot, and then on striker's end. Oh, excellent follow the batter this time. Just trying to play for the turn, preparing for the turn, wasn't he?
Good, Rabbi.
What's been terrific to see so far from Muifuzur, no two balls in the same place.
He's bowling surely some tight lines here and not allowing much. Babar is trying to work him around, but the pace at which he's bowling is also, he's just rushing on to the batter. He's preferring playing him off the back foot. Should be the end of the over with a single. It's 38 for 2.
Okay. 38 for 2 in 7 overs. Javed, Ehsan. He'll soon have a role to play, Ehsan. He'll be studying the spinners and their lengths. .38 for 2 in 7 overs. Rakibul will continue from that end, far in. He's one of the senior members in this side, and he understands that. He knows that there are people wearing the same jersey looking up to him for performance, and from the word go, he would want to start well. This being the first game, because it sets the tone nicely. It's his first time in Oman. For someone who's so well traveled, well documented, he wanted to understand how the conditions would be and would they be conducive to spin. That's one of the beauties of this very ground at Oman Cricket Academy, Al Amarat. Spin and pace both have a thing to do. Balls per wicket, if you see, 19.3 and 19 between spin and pace respectively.
It's amazing, isn't it? Bangladesh team, no matter what age group, you have to have those left-arm spinners. They seem to be having a vending machine back home, and there's all quality spinners. Maybe talk about Shakib Al Hassan, you talk about Rakibul, you talk about under-19s. Amazing. And they produce wickets that support them back home. You go to Bangladesh and play against them, and you surely will find some quality spin attack.
Absolutely, and I love the fact that they believe in give back. Anybody who plays at a higher level comes back to their hometown, prepares new heroes. It's excellent for the game, and it keeps the factory going. Oh, this is good field placement as well. Anticipating where the batter would hit.
He's looking for 160 at the toss.
There comes the shot with a step out. Another statement sent to the opposition. 9 of this over, 8 gone, 47 for 2.
Yeah, good use of the feet. Coming to the pitch of the ball and playing it straight. That's the safest zone in the park. And when you can hit it that cleanly, not to worry where you are hitting, which zone, which part. It's a good shot played by him. And he's a tall man. He's got a good reach. Captain Nazakat for Hong Kong. They've recently played a tri-nation over here. Hong Kong, Oman and Afghanistan. I have a fairly good idea what the surface is like. I was talking to him at the start of the play. And he said, yes, sides are chasing here, have had a better opportunity of winning games. But since they've been asked to bat first, they'll look for something between 150 and 60.
Now this is where experience has to come into play. They've played a lot of cricket here, Hong Kong, China. They probably understand the grounds and the angles better. Convert those singles into twos. Not if you can hit 6 of one ball.
It's a really good shot. We always talk about power play and how you need to control the power play. Get maximum runs on in the last 5 overs. It's such an integral part, over number 7 to 15. That really lays the foundation of where you want to be at the end of the 20th over. And that's that crucial part which Nazakat and Babar are handling pretty well at the moment. They can set that foundation by the end of 15 overs and then go berserk.
Rabbi, excellent, Rabbi.
Once again, watching the batter till the last moment. Babar was trying not to come down in straight lines, but in a manner that he's exposing the leg side a little more for a better shot. And that's what happens. When you stay there and hit, the gap does not become accessible. Two runs so far. Mufizur has kept it really good.
It's okay.
Pushes it quicker. He's expecting him to dance down the track, isn't it? It's a wide that probably the captain wouldn't mind collecting.
Madam,
50 up for Hong Kong with that wide delivery. It's been a very laborious 50. It's not been a very fluent 50. Sikandar?
Yeah, I was just noticing that. The last ball of the 9th over.
Good, Rabbi.
Probably something that they would put in their favor is that they've lost only 2. We'll talk more on that. 51 for 2.
It's over.
4 of 12 for Zishan. Anshuman's had an innings that he wants to forget quickly. Nazakat and Babar, as they've done so many times for Hong Kong, China, they'll have to bail them out of a difficult situation. Set the tone, set the pace, go for a crescendo finish later on. At the moment, 9 overs, 51 for 2. Abu Hidar has been called back. Terrific fielding. This is good captaincy as well. Just when he thought that there is a partnership that's being formed and both the batters are getting used to a certain rhythm of both the spinners, a pacer brought back.
Such an important part of this team. Babar Hayat has been around for a while, and his captain Nazakat. We'll also share some numbers, how integral has been their partnerships, which really, I think, is the base of their team's scoring. Both of them is very senior in the side for Hong Kong, and we're just looking at some numbers. Babar and Nazakat in the T20s this year, They've had 13 innings together as partners, and they've posted 506 runs, which includes 350 and 100-run partnership. And the average is pretty good, 42. The strike rate is 136. So these two are very important. If they can bat up to over number 15, then they really lay that strong foundation I was talking about, and then the remaining 8 can just work the ball, hit the ball, and try to get 7 and over. 9 and over will get them to 150.
Looking the way the surface has responded as well, especially when the fast bowlers earlier on were in operation in the power play. 150 and they'll take it. Hong Kong, China. It's a psychological total as well, 150. Many a time you've seen at Amirat, here at Oman Cricket Academy, 150 has been sufficient too.
That's the important part. So if their average partnership is 42, 43, that means they're doing 43% of the scoring for the team. And that's almost half of it.
It's that quiet phase of the game. Nizaka did put on his dancing shoes. He's got to be very watchful as to which ball he attacks. Now with the pacer back in the mix, the ball's hurrying on to him. 3 runs so far of the over.
It was way too short. Above the eye line. It's very difficult to control those shots. He still managed to keep it down.
Now this partnership 46 of 42. Abu Haider has kept the boundary ball at bay. The change in pace, something that Babar was ready for.
Over and time for drinks, please.
And 10 gone. 56 for 2. It's time to replenish fluids. It's been an excellent phase of play so far as the men in green are concerned. Bangladesh A. They took 2 crucial wickets and 2 early wickets. 4 of 12 for Zishan. Anshuman was a big hiccup as far as Hong Kong, China are concerned. There's someone in form as well, Anshuman. And Nizakat and Babar have got to string together a partnership, something they're very, very used to doing. So that Azaz, Yasim, Nasrullah, Hassan can swing the bat really hard. There's a lot of batting to come so that they can reap the rewards and go for a big finish.
Let's have a quick look at how Hong Kong is going about. They've lost 2 wickets earlier on in the power play. Some good bounce and pace from the faster bowlers. Lovely carry. And since they lost those 2 wickets after that has been Babar Hayat and his partner, the captain, Nazakat Khan, who've managed to post quite a few runs. They were 9 for 2 and they've managed to get 56 halfway through in the innings. Some very strong clean hits from the 2 who have been scoring runs pretty well for their side.
Ripon's been excellent. But Zishan, he took the outside edge. With Rath as well. 2 crucial wickets for him, 4.33. The captain gave an additional over in the power play. And the spinners have also kept it tight. Except for Rajor, who was given an over. Went for 12. But this... What a beautiful country this is. Oman, the pearl of Arabia. You'd see majestic mountains. People would always greet you with a smile. It's a country that's brimming with culture and heritage. The flag pretty proudly flying high as always. And it's got the right blend of culture, modernity, and of course, skies that move you. And if you listen to a whiff, if you listen to the winds, perhaps also hear the whiff of frankincense, it means one thing: you're in Oman. 56 for 2.
Work to do for Hong Kong China here. The struggles well documented in the middle. At the halfway stage, only 2 4s and 2 6s so far. But this partnership has been pivotal and for them to come back into this contest. Remember, they were 9 for 2. This partnership worth 48 now between Nizakat and Babar. As Rabi comes on to bowl his third over. Gives the charge. Throws the kitchen sink at this one. Just the right time to introduce and welcome my co-commentator. Well, a World Cup winning coach, journeyman in this cricketing setup through test playing nations and associate countries. Dav Watmore, very good afternoon.
Very, very happy to be back at a wonderful venue and watching a couple of decent sides playing. And there was another boundary. A much needed one, I have to tell you.
Oh yes, you've got to throw your bats at time. And with Babar Hayat in the middle, he'll not miss out on opportunities. That was short and wide. And once it went past the field at backward point, that was racing away. They'll need a couple of more like this to get going.
That's more like it. Just a little bit of a statistic for the ones watching this telecast. The first 10 overs, 60 balls, 29 dots. So that's 50% of balls faced has not been scored off. Nobody is really arguing against the firepower of a couple of these batsmen in Hong Kong. They need to work the ones more. If I was a coach, I'd be sending that message across. Work the ones. The boundary options are always there. They're two big boys. They can hit over the top. Work the singles. Much better.
Just turn the strike. Keep rotating it as well. Keep the scoreboard busy. And keep the scoreboard ticking as well. End of over number 11. It's 65 for 2. We did mention about the 6th edition of the ACC Men's T20 Emerging Teams Asia Cup 2024. Breathtaking visuals of a country that boasts of so much of tradition, heritage and culture, but they'll all be fighting for an incredible piece of silverware. Who will have their hands on that gorgeous piece of trophy on the 27th of October, because that's what all the teams will be playing for. I'll talk about that incredible piece of silverware. Dav Watmore. Captains had a nice photo op session last evening. All 8 captains wearing smiles, but the friendship will turn into foes.
It's an impressive trophy though, isn't it? It's very nice. The one thing though, Mikhail, what I see here, the only good thing so far with Hong Kong, they haven't lost a wicket. So, you know, after that initial power play, they haven't lost a wicket and the partnership's pretty good, 56, but it could have been so much better. Keeping in mind that the average score batting first is 140, 141 to be exact. But the team batting second has won a lot more games chasing, so you need more than 140.
Short and wide, put away, work to do for the fielder. Nicely done there in the deep by Rakibul Hassan. Keeps it to 1. Had to attack the ball and release it in quick time. Rightly said, teams. Take a look at earlier in the day, it was Rippon calling the shots with the ball.
Yeah, he was a bit leg side of that one, and this is a little unlucky. Top edge, short ball, bouncer, but it was straight. And that was the beauty on that delivery.
Well, Rippon striking in his second over and the third in the innings as well. Both wickets falling in that very same over. Yeah, they've just nudged it around. It's been a very good vital association here, Dev.
Yeah, surely. If you're looking to get 8, 9, even 10, maybe more runs and over, boundaries is going to put the icing on the cake. It's the singles and the twos, the hard-working shots that will allow you to achieve a decent run rate as you're trying to set a total, and that has to be more than 140.
At the toss, Nizakat Khan did mention 160 plus is what they're looking at. They'll have to really bat out of their skin to get there. Had he connected that, it would have been deposited into the crowd.
Well, that's right. The intention's good, and there's no protection straight on the offside. That's where he was aiming. But sadly, the execution not that great. Have a look at this. He just stood leg side of it a little bit, but if he had gone to the ball and hit it over the top, now we have a mid-off coming all the way down to the boundary. So there's some protection. So you'll see now the bowler should be able to pitch up more confidently because his protection is straight.
Oh, this is a late call, late response, and a little bit of a blip as well in the middle by the fielder at shot fine. Will allow the batters to steal a single. Just getting into the mind of a coach here, Dav. What more message to your batters at this stage? Caution with aggression or aggression all the way?
Oh no, the good thing is there's still 8 wickets left in the shed, so that's a good thing. So you need to try and capitalise as much as you can with the set batsmen. So 2 boys are in there, they're doing well. I'd be encouraging them to keep working and understand where your boundary option is and go for it. Because if you can continue with those singles and twos and then get the odd boundary, that's going to give you the 8 to 10 runs and over, which is what they require.
Another single to end the over. It's been another quiet one, done with over number 12, Hong Kong, China, 68 for 2. Well, that's the men's T20 emerging teams Asia Cup 2024, Group A, Group B. Top 2 from each groups will make it to the semis, and then we'll have the big final on the 27th. Group B encounter looks a fascinating one. India A take on Pakistan A on the 19th. It's going to be the second game in the evening. That'll transpire at the very same venue here at the Oman Cricket Academy. The matchup coming up next will be Sri Lanka A versus Afghan Abdalian. Huge turnout here for the Bangladesh side. Yeah, it's work to do so far, but get the impression time has come that one of the batters take matter into their own hands, Dev.
Well, that's right. This young fellow bowling now, Rakibul, he was with me in the Bangladesh Premier League just recently. To me, I thought he had really good potential. Lost a bit of confidence because you're playing against some really, big international players. But to me, this boy, I think, has got wonderful potential to go ahead and play in the main team. Play and a miss.
You did speak highly about Rakibul as well off air when we were talking about him. What sets him apart from the rest of the spinners, Dav?
Well, his overall aggressive approach backed by the skill that he has, both not just bowling, batting and fielding. Very physical type of a boy who really looks forward to competing, and he competes really hard, and I really love it. It's in his eyes, you can tell when you talk to the boy, he's really keen to do well, and I think he's got a good opportunity in this series, and I think he's got a good chance in his potential that he has.
Looks a fierce competitor. Just make some room in the crease to create an opportunity over here. Will only find a single. Nizakat moves to 25, Babar 38. This partnership worth 63, 8 wickets in hand. Where do you think they'll be going at with a little under 8 overs left?
Well, that's right. It's a nice little battle you got here that I'm seeing. The batting team really do need to get a move on and score some boundaries. But this boy is doing everything possible to bowl as straight as he can with a bit of pace to restrict that. And I really enjoy this battle. But yeah, they really do need more than 140, Mikhail.
He's picked that, cries of catch it, will fall short of the fielder. Shamim positioned in the deep, will keep it to a single. The intentions are right, the execution missing on that occasion. Done with over number 13, it's 73 for 2.
Okay, that's the next game this afternoon or this evening. Sri Lanka versus Afghanistan A. That's more like it. When you can't score boundaries, to me, you've got to be able to rotate the strike. So I think this over could be a big one. I'm expecting both of the Hong Kong players to absolutely get on top in this over.
Well, Babar Hayat missing out on a relatively scoring opportunity in the process. Nizakat Khan looking to go big. Gets into self-destruction mode. And he sees the bails off the group. Robbie strikes. The captain of Hong Kong China will have to depart. Third wicket falls here. As Bangladesh once again in a position of command here.
Yeah, I think, you know, the batsman obviously feels a bit of pressure that there needs to get a bit more of a move on. And sadly, that went across the line. If he had aimed it a little bit straighter and back his strength, he may be able to have cleared the boundary straight. I know that mid-off and mid-on are deep and on the boundary, but he could have perhaps a bit more of a percentage to go straighter.
Back live. Mohammad Aizaz Khan walks out to bat. The all-rounder in the side can wield the willow when he gets going. Best of 48. Strike rate of little under 110. One shot of 1,000 runs in T20 career of his. And he'll get that with a single towards long on as well. And he'll get off the mark too.
That's right. He give the strike to the set batsman as much as he possibly can until he gets settled a little bit. And he gave himself a bit of room, but, you know, okay to give himself room, but you open up those stumps and you got to hit straight.
He's scored 25 of 20, Captain Nizakat Khan. That partnership 65 of 63 for the third wicket with Babar came to an end. Rabi just bowling it slower through the air. Got the better of the captain of Hong Kong China. Slashes hard. Another single. We've seen only 2 sixes and 3 fours so far in the first 14 overs. Hong Kong China 76 for 3. Hong Kong China put into bat, 76 for 3. 2 batters getting into double figures. Rakibul continues with his impressive line and length.
Yeah, this is his last over, this is his fourth, and he's only gone for 17 runs. So no wickets in the column, but he's done a very good job for his team. And it's not the easiest player to hit, I have to say, but this boy now, the new batsmen, have to nothing else other than rotation of strike. Give the strike to the set batsman.
Yeah, they've just bowled so well today. We really can't take anything away from the bowling and fielding of Bangladesh. Match number 1, they found their straps very early in the tournament.
When I look at the wicket, you think it's a good wicket, isn't it? It's not all that difficult, but I think credit has to be given to the Bangladesh A team. I think they bowl pretty well. There we go. He's got enough power. That's going to go all the way for 6. What a wonderful shot. So in between all those shots, there has to be more singles, and I think you'll find they can easily get 10 to 12 runs and over.
Oh yes, you've got to back yourself in situations like this. Backs to the wall, Babar Hayat standing tall. Good use of the feet, went through with that shot of his. Full follow through as well. He's a powerful striker of that white ball. And he's holding this Hong Kong-China innings together.
And that's his 11th half century in all of T20. So well done to Babar Hayat. Sorry, I was a bit ahead of myself. One more to go. He's now 49.
Well, he'll soon get to his 11th half century. But what an innings he's playing. Babar Hayat 49, a runner ball. Aizaz Khan will have to be the perfect foil, play second fiddle. Rakibul impressive wicketless, but he's been tidy. Things have certainly gone quiet. The pressure on the Hong Kong-China side. What do you make of the surface? Good to bat on?
Yeah, look, it does look good, doesn't it? The ball has had a bit of bounce and carry. It's allowed batsmen to play off the back foot and the front foot. There have been a couple of big shots. But I think, there's another wicket, just pushed it straight back at him. So that's the pressure that we're seeing. That obviously they have a total in mind. It's not happening as quick as they would like. And pressure's on the batsman. So what does he do? Pushes it too hard, straight back to the bowler. Now he's got a wicket in that wickets column.
Right, they're celebrating, and reasons enough for them to celebrate as well. Soft dismissal here, trying to force the issue. Aizaz gets a leading edge. Rakibul Hasan says thank you very much. A wicket of his final delivery of his spell. Finishes his quota of 4 overs with 1 for 25. Aizaz has to depart for 2 in 5. Hong Kong China lose their 4th. We're into the final 5 overs. It's 85 for 4.
Here we are, just a wicket falling. The new batter walks in. Coates that's the wicket. We're back live. $85 for 4, the last 5 overs, so important. How many more can they post? With Babar around, fancy their chances. He's got his 50, off 50 deliveries. He started off pretty aggressively, but then tried to form a partnership along with his captain, Nazakat. And for him to stay till the 20th is so essential if Hong Kong wants to put up a fighting total. Salman Butt alongside me, so important. We were talking about how Babar Hayat and Nazakat have been scoring so frequently as a pair for the side. And with the Nazakat getting out a little early, it's more of an onus on Babar to make sure that they get to that at least 130, 140 mark.
Well, yes, he's played well. He's on 50, off 50 deliveries. And now that he's set, now is the time to capitalize. Maybe pick up those 1 or 2 overs where he can get 15 or 20 runs off an over. And that will really put some life back in this innings of Hong Kong China, who are looking to Babar to get them going.
He's got hold of that. He's a powerful hitter of the ball, and once he gets it at the meat of the bat, then it travels. Exactly that big over that they're looking for. They'll probably fancy that against a quick bowler.
That's not a great idea. Sat batter. He put one over the ropes earlier when he was new to the crease, and now he's batting on 50. Well set, and anything of this sort, just have a look at this. Waist high is there for the taking, and Babar, well, he doesn't have to think twice about a ball like this. So this is what Hong Kong China needs, and Bangladesh, well, they need to be careful, especially bowling to Babar.
That's the projected there. So to get to 136, they'll need to score 10 and over. And one big over, as you mentioned, around 15-20 runs would help that. Again, that middle over part, 7 to 15, the left arm spin of Bangladesh have done really well. I was talking about it a while ago with Suhas alongside me, that it's impossible that there's a Bangladesh side and you don't have left arm spinners.
Yeah, they have always been able to produce very good left arm spinners, people who operate in the middle, and they're very effective, and they were today. And, this one in the circle though, but easy single. It's that time of the innings in a T20 where the batters would run for almost everything. Let's have a look at this again. An edge goes straight to point, who's inside the circle a couple of yards, and still the batters are across easy.
It was more Babar's call. He wanted to get on strike, so he was quick to leave his crease. But he's only got one ball in the over, so he probably will look to keep that strike. Last ball. This over already has got them 10 runs. Yeah, slower one there. He'll take a single and keep strike. 16 gone, 96 for 4. You can download the ACC app now and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Asian Cricket Council TV to watch live, and follow us on Instagram at Asian Cricket Council for more updates. So stay connected and watch the action. It's just the first game of the ACC Men's T20 Emerging Asia Cup here in Oman. Got double headers every day. Babar Hayat and his 50.
Well, yes, he came in and he took chances because they were in early trouble, and then the short ones, we saw them fly over the fielder's head, going for huge sixes, and he really used the arc really well, and anything in that zone shot, and he's been able to put it away. Once again, a big hit, a flat, this time another six. The fielder just misjudging, going ahead, and the bowler isn't happy. Importantly for Hong Kong China, they pick up another boundary, and so does Babar.
Yeah, he's such a top-heavy batter. He's very strong. That was a flat six. He's played that over mid-off. Again, the fact you're talking about that the fielder finding himself in the wrong position. He's standing at the 75 marker. That's clearly gone over the rope, but it's always safe to have a second look. Yeah, that's the six.
Yes, sometimes you're in a place where the ball flies more. So I think the fielder there, he thought the ball is coming. And he went forward, and once again he goes big. Another flat six, over cover this time. No chance for the fielder. And ball in his zone, and this is what you will get.
Yeah, 100 up for Hong Kong in the 17th over, and this probably is the over they've been looking for. 12 already in the first two deliveries. And it's really skyrocketed their run rate. They've been looking to accelerate and get in that top gear. That'll help them to get to that 130, 140 mark.
Sikandar, we spoke about those couple of overs where he can get to 15 or more. That will help them get to a decent total. And it's been 6 sixes hit by Babar and Nazakat together. They hit all those boundaries, 3, 4, 6 sixes, and nobody else from Hong Kong China has hit a boundary in this innings.
Imagine that he was 50 of 50 deliveries, now he's 70 of 55. Slower one attempted. He probably want to come back for the second, should do that. It's a big 70-yard boundary and easily completed. Good running there.
Yeah, I guess the bowler, he was furious with the fielder in the first stroke, but he's been bowling consistently in that zone where Babar will definitely look to go big and find it easy to execute as well. Pitching up the ball, allowing the room to the batter who is well set is not a good idea as a fast bowler. And the bowling coach, I guess, he's talking to one of the people on the boundary, probably delivering a message or two.
We've got 14 of the first 3 balls. Where is he going to go now? Yeah, that's flat again. That's 6 again. Third one in the over. Babar Hayat is taking him to the cleaners. 20 runs of 4 deliveries.
Well, I wonder what the bowler is thinking. He has his deep point on the boundary and covers up in the circle. And he's providing the length where Babar is not going to spare the delivery. He's going to go over cover every time. And the bowler, he definitely needs to change his plan. Otherwise, it would get more miserable. And Babar, he's on 78 now. He has changed the angle. And it's now Abu Haider is going to bowl around the wicket. It will be important that he provides no room to the batter.
I had a feeling he'll try to aim for the cow corner with that angle. Got the inside part of the bat. But nevertheless, this is a massive over for Hong Kong. 21 already. 1 ball to go. In no time, Babar's reached 79 or 58 and the team has gone to 117.
Sikandar, another over like this and Babar could get to the 3-figure mark, the magical 3-figure mark. And this is the first game, and what an achievement it would be. And this one again, he goes flat, but he'll go straight to the fielder. An easy one. And that is 17 overs gone, and Hong Kong China are 118 for 4.
Coming up next is Sri Lanka A versus Afghanistan A. This is match 2 of the men's T20 Emerging Asia Cup right here. It will be this evening under lights. So do stay with us. This is the next game here. It's been cloud cover all day long, so you expect it to get dark a little earlier, and you'll get those floodlights coming up pretty soon. Ripon will bowl his final over of the quarter. He's bowled 2 for 13. We saw some good pace and bounce from him with that new ball in the power play. I think Babar wouldn't mind a fast bowler coming up.
Well, Babar is set. He's watching the ball like a football now, and the confidence must be high. He's just hit 3 sixes, and all of them flat, coming out of the meat of the bat. And Ripon bowled well with the new ball. He was right on target, and it will be important that he finishes well.
Yeah, that'll be 4. It wasn't a bad delivery. I think he's taken his pace off. But when you're slashing and smashing your bat here and there, you're bound to get those inside edges. What's important, the runs are being added to the total.
Yes, it doesn't matter how they come, as long as they come and they just keep coming. In the last couple of overs, we have seen boundaries, 6s, 4s, and it's 122 Hong Kong China already with the 17 legitimate balls remaining in the innings.
Gone. Tried to make room for himself, but was in no position to cover the line of the ball. And Kotzia walks back. Wicket number 5 falls for Hong Kong.
Yes,
ball within the stumps and you get rewarded when the batter misses. And this is exactly what Rippon has done. And he's picked up his 3rd wicket. And as far as the batter is concerned, he's just seen Babar smash the ball from the other end. The ideal thing would have been to take a single and go on the other end. But Martin thought otherwise. So he has to go. Scored 7 runs of 5 deliveries.
Nasrullah Rana, the new batter in. He'll be on strike. There he is, right-hand batter. His T20 numbers, 42 games to his name. And he'd probably want to get Babar Hayat on strike.
Yes, Nasrullah Rana playing for Hong Kong, China. Started playing his cricket in Faisalabad. And he's here now on the crease, and it's important to give the strike back to Babar, who's been very destructive. And he goes big. Short one, and there's a chance for the fielder who gets under it and takes an easy one.
Well, we're just talking about the man in form, the man who's hitting the ball so well is just watching wickets fall from the non-striker's end. Now, he wasn't in control of that. Shorter one ball by Rippon, and he was always going to struggle with the bigger part of the boundary. They've lost 2 wickets, and also, to a certain extent, they're losing that momentum that Babar provided. Gone for no score. It's 1-2-2 for 6. Yasim Murtaza, left-handed batter. He's on strike now, and the bowler, Rippon, is on a hat-trick. 4 for 17 for him, and he's going to go back to the top of his mark. Wow, how the game has shifted momentum. This is the first wicket, Martin Kotzia, and then the second one, Nasrullah Rana going first ball. Yasim Murtaza was more of a left-arm spinner. He's on strike now. Will we have our first hat-trick in game 1? Oh, that's a good ball. It's a really good ball and well played. Finally, Babar on strike.
Confident start by Yasim, who is very experienced, very capable batter. He's very good with the ball in hand. Left-arm spinner, can turn the ball. And it was important to have Babar playing most deliveries. And both the batters who've just lost their wickets chose to do otherwise. And leaving Hong Kong, China in a spot of bother, 6 down for 123. And now they'll be hoping that Babar can continue with his wonders.
Yeah, he hasn't been on strike for 6 deliveries. Plays it straight, high. There's an opportunity here. Will it go over the fielder? And he's tipped it over. Another maximum. For a moment, I thought he's got it covered, but he was moving back towards that boundary line. And eventually, another maximum.
Yes, it's now the second time that the fielder thought the ball is coming to where he's standing, but it sailed over or got it, more close to the boundary. Just have a look at this. First, he came forward, and then he had to go back. So the ball definitely is sailing more, further to where the fielders are expecting it. important for the fielders to judge the high ones perfectly.
Going down the leg side, umpire's not interested. Important part for Hong Kong. Babar will stay on strike. The over gets them 12, 130 for 6. Babar 85 or 60, and now he's gone on by in his innings of 85. That was the last ball of that previous over, way down the leg side. So Babar has changed gears, and it shows the experience that he has, the strike rates as the overs have passed by. We'll talk about that after this brand new over and the first delivery. 85 and 60. Slower one, and this one is a sky, and it'll take some catching. 3 men approaching it, and it's been taken. That's a very well judged catch. That is a very well judged catch. He had to cover a lot of ground to get under it, and he's kept his eyes on and the balance, and he's got rid of that danger man.
Saif Hassan, the fielder, he takes a brilliant catch. This one really went up miles, and it's never easy, and he came running from deep mid-wicket, and Babar not middling this. It went miles up in there, and the fielder with his eyes on the ball all the time and very well balanced when he took it, made it look easy. These are never easy to take, and Babar has to go back, scores 85 of 61, and almost gets 60+% of the runs of his team.
Hassan, the new batter in, he's on strike. 130 for 7 now. Now with Babar dismissed and 11 deliveries to go, in fact now make it 10 deliveries to go, they surely have some level of impact on what score they manage. This is that wicket of Babar and a spectacular catch taken.
Yeah, this was a slow one, bowled back of the hand, bowled perfectly on a length, and Babar trying to go big, just top edging it, and the rest then was done by the fielder brilliantly. Yasim is the man, he can go big. I've seen him play a couple of times, and he can really make use of these 11 deliveries. And Hong Kong need all the runs that they can get. They're only 131 for 7 with 10 balls remaining.
It's again high in the air and will land short of that fielder at fine leg. Yeah, you talk about Rajor and how he's bowled to Babar. Now, you know as a bowler that he's got his load-up position. He's going to go after you. It's very clever. Tough ball to bowl back of the hand, especially in this stage of the game. You can easily miss your length at a slower pace, but he got it perfect.
Yes, I think he observed Babar to perfection, because Babar doesn't move a lot, and especially when he gets tired towards the end of the innings that he was playing, it was always a smart move to bowl slower and bowl a touch far away from the batter, who doesn't move a lot, likes the ball to be pitched in his half.
Happy with the single going away. That's surely expected that the momentum will break. You know Yasim Murtaza and his cricket back in Pakistan. He's been around in Hong Kong for a while.
Yes, he played under 19 cricket for Rawalpindi, and he was then a very good left arm spinner, and he could bat well as well. Always a very handy cricketer, and he's done a great job for that team that time, a few years back, and now he's doing a good job for Hong Kong. And well backed up there by the fielder. He had to run a long way, made sure that there was no further damage.
It was a good throw, bit of a struggle there for Yasim. Yes, he made it. A different physique surely over years.
Of course, we are talking 2 decades back, and now he's obviously put on some weight.
That's the impact of a set batter going back. Just 4 runs in the over and a wicket. 1 more ball to go. But they still managed to get a decent score already with 1 more over after this. Oh, he's picked it up. He exposed his stumps, but he took that chance. But bravery pays off with a boundary. 138 for 7.
Yes, he anticipated the slow one. Once again, back of the hand, but this time the batter was ready, going down on his knee and placing it in the vacant region. The short fine leg was in the circle, and boundary which is seen so often in this format. So, one Babar known for his big hitting. He goes big every time. He presents a lot of power. You can see that going through with his strokes, and confident once he middles the ball, it will go. And no boundaries big enough. Flat sixes and the high ones as well. And in the end, he had to go, but not before damaging some of the bowler's stats. 85 he got, and there's an appeal, but the umpire is unmoved.
Your last 5 balls of the innings. Yes, a swing and a miss. That was mighty close to that off stump. How did it miss that? It was very, very close.
So I've just been informed that Babar, in his last 16 deliveries that he faced, he hit 6 sixes. So Hong Kong, they've reached 138 courtesy Babar's hitting, and this time Jasim goes big, and he connects one, and he gets the boundary. So Hong Kong are just now past the average score, which was 141, and now they are 142 with 4 balls to make use of.
Yeah, the mid-on is very, very wide, and he hit it straight, so it was very difficult for him to cut it off. And every single run is counting here. I mean, they've done very well to get so close to that 150 with 4 balls to go. I think we'll be very happy, Nazakat, the captain of Hong Kong, that if his batters and his team members have kept his word to get near or to that 150 mark, 160. Can Murtaza strike a few more? Again, a slower one. And he's gone. Oh, he's nicked it. It's a very half-hearted celebration, but that's another wicket.
Well, Yasim, he had the width, and the point and third were up in the circle. He could have gone on the offside. The length was there too, but he opted to go for a big one straight down the ground, and only managing to nick one to the keeper. So he departs, and Hong Kong are now 8 down for 142.
You think they'll make it to 150? 3 balls for let's see what happens.
Atikullah, the new batter. He's on strike. 3 balls to go in the over. The idea was right by Atikullah. Just move away and try to guide it between that gully and short third. Why swing hard at everything? You can get 4 in that region as well.
Once again, the dismissal where Yasim aims to go big down the ground to a length which would have been more suited to go over point. Remember, those point and third fielders were in the circle. But this happens very often towards the end of the inning. The batters making up their mind of certain positions where they want to hit big. And in the end, they end up losing wickets.
Short ball, took his eyes off, but he's got the desired result. That's very well played. And that 6 takes them to 149 with 1 ball to go in the innings.
Yes, once again shot, and the idea of where it would be was excellent because the eyes were not on the ball, but he still managed to middle one and get the full runs that you can get off 1 ball. And Hassan, well, he's hit 2 very timely boundaries, 4 in the previous over and now 6 as he faces the last ball.
Plays that one, they'll look for 2, surely look for 2. The fielders are right back. Oh, they didn't come back for the second. That's strange. But they've got exactly 150 on the board. Hong Kong for the loss of 8 wickets in their allotted 20 overs. Courtesy Babar Hayat's 85 and a good hand played by the captain Nazakat. He'll be pretty happy with this decent performance in the opening game of the ACC Men's T20 Emerging Teams Asia Cup.
Well, Hong Kong China was severe on the Bangladeshi bowlers in the last 5 overs. They got 65. They did lose 4 wickets, but 65 is a lot of runs when you see how the first 15 went, and it happened courtesy Babar playing those big shots. He hit 6 sixes in the last 16 balls that he faced, and in the end Hassan also getting a couple of handy boundaries and getting them to 150. And now this is the first power play where Hong Kong China were 35 for 2, and then from over number 7 to 15 they scored another 50 runs, losing another 2 wickets, and in the last there came the most lucrative overs for them. 65 they scored in the last 5, losing 4 wickets, and I'm sure they'll be happy with what they have on the board, Sikandar.
Yeah, it's a good decent score. Have a look at the batting card. We'll tell you that's Babar Hayat and Nazakat who've done the bulk of the scoring once again. That's that partnership. 25 from the captain and Babar. In this format, you say you need one player like that who can take the opposition apart and get you 70% of that total score. 150 for 8.
Yes, it's always important to get a partnership going no matter which format you're playing, and Nazakat and Babar were the ones who definitely provided that partnership. And Babar took his time earlier on, but once he reached his 50, he was a different man at the crease.
Well, speaking of Babar, let's head down and listen to what he has to say.
We've got Babar Hayat of Hong Kong China with us. Babar, excellent innings, once again under pressure. What did you look at the surface and say? Because you had long chats while you were building that partnership.
Thank you so much. I think I would say the Bangladesh bowlers, they bowled really well at the start. I think they were hitting their lengths pretty well, and then we lost a couple of wickets, I think. And I was speaking to our skipper Nazakat, and I've told him that we need to build a partnership, and then we look on from their last 10 overs, because it was not easy to bat on because we lost 2 wickets, and we had to build that partnership. And then after 10 overs, we were just wanted to get 100 runs in last 10 overs.
Was it a temptation to target a particular bowler because you sense that they're bowling tight lines, Bangladesh, eh?
I think, yeah, after the power play, especially their spin department, they bowled pretty well, and I think I was struggling a bit in the middle, couldn't get the strike rotation, but I knew that I was speaking to Nazakat that I look for the fast bowlers, because I was feeling it easy to hitting fast bowlers, and he said just keep rotating the strike and look after and keep building the partnership, and we can look after last 4 overs, and then we can build on from there.
Babar, and finally 150 on the board. Are you happy with this total?
I think the surface was not too bad. I think it was sticking a bit, and there was a bit of turn if you bowled and they give some air in, so it's going to help us, especially the spinners. And I would say it's a bit par, not bit par. We were like, I would have wanted 10 to 15 runs more, but we have to field and bowl really well to restrict them under this.
Well, you have your task cut out. All the best for the second innings.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's the bowling he's talking about, especially those left-arm spinners who bowled in tandem in the middle overs. That's where they tried to hold them back. But still, the Bangladesh A overall would be fine in giving away 150 because they do have a good batting resources available. .151 to win at 7.5 runs in over. The chase will be on in a moment. Don't go too far. We'll be back. Innings highlights. 1 minute hoga. In 15 seconds. Who's next? 1 minute.
15 seconds is the innings highlight?
No, in 15 seconds.
In 15.
Show the batting card, highlights, bowling card, target, and then we will join the action. In umpire will report. Welcome back once again. It is Bangladesh A versus Hong Kong, match 1 of the men's T20 Emerging Asia Cup here in Oman. And this is what has happened. Oman, who lost the toss and were asked to bat first, have managed 150 for the loss of 8, courtesy Babar Hayat's 85 of 61.
And earlier on, Hong Kong coming in and then getting a few rippers from Ripon to start off. Early trouble, losing 2 quick wickets. He really bowled the right lines, the right lengths, and he got wickets. And then came in Babar, who had different ideas, chancing his arm and not sparing anything in his arc. And he went big, consistently hitting big blows, and he kept the scoreboard moving. And on the other side, he also kept watching the same side wickets, batters coming in and getting out. So he was in the process of rebuilding all the time. And then after reaching his 50, then came this different version of Babar where he hit flat sixes over cover. And on the other end, the side never changed. Wickets just kept falling. And till the time Babar had to eventually go, trying to go big, and was well taken by the mid-wicket fielder over there. And in the end, Jasim hitting one straight, the fielder moving wide, and then Jasim departed in the next delivery, and Bangladesh coming back in the last few balls. And then Nissan hitting those lusty blows. In the end, a couple of boundaries for him, took his side to 150.
4 for 24 for Ribbon. He was the pick of the bowlers, and a wicket each for all the other bowlers. So they've done well as a bowling unit, and they've kept the Hong Kong side to 150 for the loss of 8. Well, it'll be wrong to say it'll be a walk in the park. 7.5 runs in over is what they need, Bangladesh A, to get to 151 in the 20 overs. And it'll be key as to how they operate in those first 6 overs of the power play. That will set the tone really for Bangladesh A. They've won the toss and decided to chase, so they're pretty sure that this is the better thing to do. That's their target there, along with the runs per over. Umpires are out there, and so is the Hong Kong side. Just a quick word from the captain Nizarka to them. The 2 openers are also all set and ready. Sohas is joining me for this first 5 overs of the Bangladesh A innings, and you probably feel that the momentum is pretty much in balance after Babar Hayat getting out in the 19th over. Bangladesh A bowlers did well to grab some more wickets and keep that upbeat feel in their camp. I'll still be happy that they can chase this down. 150 for 8 by Hong Kong China. And now a different job on hand. If they bowl well in the first 6 overs, they'll surely put up a fight here. So ours has been a long walk for you. Babar Hayat's chat, and then now here. You were close, very close to that Hong Kong camp. How are they feeling with that 150?
150 needs to look like 175, Sikandar, and they're very clear with their plan. And out of the 2 teams, what they can tell themselves, Hong Kong China, is that they have played more on this ground and they understand every corner of it. Hence, they need to anticipate and try and stop those singles and learn from their opposition as well. Excellent fielding as far as Bangladesh A are concerned. This total could have very easily looked like 175. For the Bangladeshi batters, they know mission 151 is underway.
We're going to start now. Get ready, everybody.
Waiting for that word, play. And yes, there is the word indeed. First ball. Hint of movement for Shukla, something that will encourage him. Bangladesh A get their first run.
Yeah, Bangladesh A batters would have gauged a thing or two while they were fielding out there, how the surface is and what will work out here. As you mentioned, that Hong Kong have played here very recently, the Tri-Nation, so they have a fairly good idea as to how the ground operates. But for Bangladesh A batters, the only information, first-hand information that they have, Parvez Hussain there, is how they've watched Babar Hayat and other men on this pitch. 100 not out his best. You wouldn't mind getting more of that today.
Very fluent, booming drive to start with. Parvez will feel much better. Work in tandem. 2 runs taken meanwhile. And you mentioned about the Tri-Nations. Ayush Shukla will be reminding him of that too for his 3 for 14 game then. With a slip in place, you don't mind as a skipper when the batter is driving, especially off a first ball. Oh, that's a gift to Parvez. He will very fluently hit this one away for 4.
Yeah, that's not a good line. That's not really great. With that pace just around that hips. And he's just picked it up so nicely. He used a bit of power onto it as well. But that line has, of course, gotten punished.
Your correction, it's a 6 in fact. The fact that he's hitting so flat, yet getting that distance, tells you something about his connection, and it's just the second ball.
I don't know how high are we from the sea level. That just flew. I mean, the other place I remember, Dharamshala. I mean, where you hit the ball and the fielders in the deep find it so tough to gauge if the ball is going to travel over their head or come straight into their hands. But that ball really traveled.
Excellent comeback delivery. Had him tied down a little bit. His options are curtailed as a batter, Parvez, when the ball comes back in a little.
Got to be very particular about the lines that you choose to bowl in the power play. Especially, you don't want to do that hard work undone with that power play. If you lose that initiative as a bowling unit and concede more runs, then you just hand over the momentum to the batting side.
Straight down the leg side. Instead of lamenting that he missed out on it, Parvez started to run thanks to Jishan. Shukla, if he starts going outside off once again, will the captain earn him a slip once again? Right now the slip is faded for the right-hander.
Yeah, with that angle he's bowling to the left-hander, the captain has gauged that the ball is shaping in and is going down the leg, so which is why he had moved it. Now for the right-hander, he's got that slip. Yamin is back there.
Will free his arms. Over the infield. Just inside the rope and for 4. Expensive over. 14 of the first. 14 for no loss.
Yeah, again, as we said, that you got to really choose what line you want to bowl. Too much width given. It was easily put away with the restriction of fielders outside the circle. Jishan and Parvez got themselves a good start. 14 of the first over. Now it's going to be Atikullah who will be operating that new ball from our end. That's the commentary box end.
The tall and lanky Atiq. It's his length that challenges the batters. He's been working on a slower delivery as well. That's because he bowls at different phases of the game. Here it's about using the new ball.
Atikullah Iqbal.
Nice and early call of no, danger averted. That came rather quickly to the fielder.
It's a 5-4 offside field. It's been given to Atikullah, bowling into that left-hander. That's very well done. Again, you compare the 2 overs. I know it's too early, but if you were to choose between line or length, as a captain, you'll tell your bowler, fine, if you miss your length, that's okay, but don't miss your line because I've set a field according to that. So you can still do away with length certain times, but you can't do away with line. If you start bowling in different areas, it'll be very tough for your captain to put the field together.
They're spot on, Sikandar. Now the first run of this over. As a captain, I'd be telling the fast bowlers at least that your template has to be rip on. Look at the way the opposition bowled. Atikullah so far has kept the batters quiet. Just one run of the first 4 balls. Very chirpy. I think it's an unsaid rule these days. For a keeper, it's important to be chirpy as well. Well controlled. He always wanted to play that for a single.
Atikullah, right arm mediums. So important as a bowler to understand your limitations, not express fast. You've got to be very good with your lens, and you're bowling in a good channel, good area, just around outside that off stump to both left and right handers. Maybe the keeper can also come up if he feels comfortable against Atiq. And he is. So now, not only he restricts the batter from moving around a bit with that new ball, as he's also going to make him louder in his ear.
Seems like not just we were hearing him from the stump. Mike, he's got one ear on commentary too. Keeper comes up immediately. Well done, Sikandar. So far, the over has been well controlled. And with Parvez, they've always tried to curtail his options with the ball coming back in as well. Now leaving him. Once that single, oh, that bit of football wasn't intentional. But the single is 2 overs gone, 17 for no loss.
Yeah, the non-striker wasn't deliberate, as you said. While trying to take that quick single, his boot just diverts the ball to a different region of the ground.
Two has gone, 17 for no loss. Ehsan Khan, 114 wickets in 17 matches, just the plethora of experience. Born in Peshawar, then moved to Hong Kong, and now Little Saiwan club that he plays for. He's a leading wicket taker there. Always comes back with wickets, and today the captain's expecting the same. Good commodity to have if you can bowl in the power play as a spinner.
Yeah, he's got experience. That's why the captain has opted him to bowl in the power play. And of course also to take the pace off.
Absolutely right, Sikandar. I'm very enticed to see the pace at which he bowls the entire over today.
Him and Yasin have been around for Hong Kong for a while. Both of them spinners, one left arm spinner. And they in tandem can really slow things down and have a check on the two batters. That's a huge responsibility for the spinner to come in inside the power play and an off spinner. When you do talk about matchups, maybe he'll fancy his chances against the left-hander rather than the right.
The second line of defense is always there, and Yasim did get a hand to it there. Hence slowed it down. Otherwise, it's a lovely outfield.
Good stop there by Ayush. This outfield is good. Ball will travel. He got a hand to it.
Sikandar, there's some joy in seeing a tall fast bowler putting his body on the line, stopping that important boundary. That's exactly the kind of commitment you're yearning for as a bowler.
Yeah, gone are those days when the fast bowlers would be a third man for fine leg, the graveyard slots, and will be resting over there. Now all the zones are hot zones.
Terrific fielding.
And you talk about fast bowlers and the responsibilities in the field. Now you used to have Anderson in the slips. So yeah, especially in T20, they're all hot spots. Some are specialist positions in the field, yes. But every single area is a hot spot. You cannot hide anyone.
Big appeal, but the finger that matters, that has to go up. Ehsan cannot believe it. 3 gone, 21 for no loss.
The umpire feels the impact is outside the line of the stumps. Surely the bowler is feeling that the angle was taking it in. You actually see Pervez moving across.
The captain would have told Atikullah to make the batters play. Yes, impact outside of, that's what it looks like. Ehsan Khan was up, screaming, pleading. But unfortunately, Ehsan, our game only allows 3 stumps. You needed 2 more outside of.
Yeah, when you really slow it down, you get the idea that the impact is outside, but you got to give it to the bowler. Well picked up by the umpire, though.
As soon as the keeper has come up, does it reduce the breathing space as a batter? Or would he have played the shot anyway?
Yeah, the thing with that teasing pace that Atikullah has, is the batter knows that he has got to rely more on his power to get the ball across the boundary line. And the length that he's bowling is just something that is very, very good, because he's not moving around from that 4th off stump. And with the keeper around nearby, you restricting the batter to come out.
Man in the deep will take it on the bounce. Oh, almost a story of overrunning. Does well, Martin, to keep it in play. In between, we saw some support for Hong Kong. Wonderful to see.
Hey, just to answer your question, I'm pretty sure that it depends from person to person how you are as a batter. If you like people around you having a chat, and some of them can just give a deaf ear. They just don't react.
Oh, excellent shot. There is a man in the deep, Babar. Back up. And the second run's complete. Almost in the line of fire there. Jishan. He's played a longish innings. Remember, the weather hasn't been the best of its kind. The humidity is high. He's run a lot as well. No problemo here.
The problem is Babar is down. He's the one who threw that ball and did that fielding. I think he's twisted his knee while turning around and throwing that ball. And that's not good news for Hong Kong. They need him. It's just the start of the tournament, but just hope that it's not anything serious. There it is. He stops that ball, and then his knee gets jammed in.
Star batter today. Lots of good innings left in him. They need his services for a prestigious tournament of this kind. Whole of Hong Kong, China is waiting with a bated breath for him to get up. For the moment, he needs medical attention. I think this frame itself tells you a story, isn't it? Someone inside that rope, someone outside is a star already.
Yeah, Rajab is there to replace him, but that's something very painful. When your knee gets jammed in, and the surface under the grass is probably sand, that can really cause injuries. We've seen players in the past having those problems. One is Ruman Reis, who who lost his career almost after his knee got jammed in. I think it was in Sharjah or Dubai. Which is why these days that the fielding coaches tell you about those forward slides while trying to cut off a ball in the deep rather than a swimming pool dive. There's a very high chance that you'll get your knees jammed in.
Oh, this is terrific. Stay put and nurdle the ball in the gap. Parvez collects a boundary.
Yeah, the margin of error is very slim. You see how he's been bowling so well just around outside off, but this time it's just a left and right combination and probably put the bowler off. Little bit of width, and he's just outstretched those arms and cut that with that horizontal bat.
And as expected, will collect a single. In fact, he wants to push for two. Two can be tricky. Terrific running in the end. Captain's unhappy. 9 runs come off this over. 4 gone, 30 for no loss.
Now that's a good sight. He's walking on his own feet along with the physio. Just to have a proper check of that knee, that will be a better thing to do, a good idea. He's done very well with the 85 that he put together with the bat.
Yeah, he was the one who resurrected the innings after 2 jolts today for Hong Kong, China.
Yeah, that's his injury. There, he's trying to feel that ball, lands on his knees, and then the pain starts and just sets in. Right now, he's just getting some treatment done inside the dressing room. Not a bad start, this. 31 in 4.2 overs. The important part is that the wickets column shows nothing.
Oh, good fielding. Take the single there. Wanted to try and take that single off the ricochet of Rajab.
That was hit hard. The substitute Rajab did well.
Now an easy single available. What we've seen so far is that the batters have tried to attack Ehsan only 1 ball out of the 4.
It's about a good first over, Ehsan, in the power play.
Catch it is the call, and will get the wicket. This is exactly why Ehsan was persisted with from that end. Provides the first breakthrough. They were yearning for it, Hong Kong, China. Now is there a twist in the tail? Jishan gone for 11.
Yeah, just the point I was trying to make. He got a very good first over. And here, it's really taken the pace off. So slow that he's heavily relying on sheer power as a batter. But the boundary is too big. And the responsibility given to him inside the power play to take the pace off is paid off. Jishan goes for 11. Bangladesh A are 32 for 1.
32 for 1 with a ball to go. Ehsan is struck in this over. Saif is inheriting 32 for 1. And this is the reason Saif's up there. That's a very good catch. It's a well-planned wicket in hindsight. Or once that single that does not exist, but that pickup wasn't clean. Half an opportunity, but one that'll take a lot of space in the coach's manual. The diary is going to be scribbled. 5 overs gone, 32 for 1.
Rajab, Babar, who I feel?
Well, the story so far for Hong Kong, China, it was Babar Hayat with the bat. More than half the runs scored from his end meant that the Hong Kong China team got to 150 for 8. It was a brilliant bowling effort by Ripon Mandal, 4 for 24, hostile, quick, got the ball to move, and in the chase now. 32 for 1 on the Bangladeshi side. It's been a cautious start. Lost the wicket in that 5th over. 33 for 1. Both these sides playing this first encounter. Salman Butt with me. Salman, how do you look at this game at this stage?
Well, I believe that this is evenly poised. The difference being one extra wicket being lost when Hong Kong China were batting, but then came their partnership. They were 32 for 2 and this is 33 for 1, so 1 extra run and 1 less wicket. And I must say that Hong Kong, they've bowled decently after that first over where there was some short pitch stuff, providing room to the batters to free their arms. But since then, it's been very decent from Atikullah, 13 of his 2.2 overs. And on the other side, Ehsan picking up the crucial wicket.
Yeah, he missed out with the bat there, Anshuman Rath. Quality batter up front for Hong Kong China. Does bowl some spin as well. Straight past the bowler. And don't bother running for that. It's been firmly struck. And what a way to get off the mark as well. That's a confident looking hit from the bat of Saif.
Yes, pitched up. And the batters on this track will not spare anything in that close to them. And it's a gentle medium pace. And this is not the length to bowl. Doesn't matter what pace you have. And certainly not at this pace.
It is a fast outfield, good surface, value for runs here.
Yes, just the ones that are hit high up in the air, they fall because it's soft in the outfield. They don't go much further, but the rolling strokes, we've seen them race to the boundary.
You did mention about the outfield being a little soft. Could you add more perspective into that, Salman?
Well, yes, the batters need to be careful when a fielder is chasing a high ball. It can hold up, so the recovery can be much quicker and it can deceive you into a run out. So you really have to be switched on. And this one is played to the third in the circle for a 1. And fielders as well, I think they've got to be careful while diving or sliding on this outfield.
Parvez looking good, 21 in 19. In hot pursuit of 151. Atikullah into his third. And suddenly the sun has emerged from the clouds, broken out. Conditions early in the day very conducive to bowling. Bit of hard work here for the bowling side as well in their defense of 150. They squares him up. They've been eager to get the singles and make use of the first 6 overs. So the power play is out of the way. 38 for 1, Bangladesh. Right, done with the power play. First 6 overs. It's been even Stevens, 38 for 1 Bangladesh. It's been a very conservative start, been very cautious. And they've looked to play along the carpet as well. Atikullah in his 3 overs giving away 18. And this will now mean that we have a bowling change as well from the far end. It is going to be Nasrullah Rana. Quite a handy all-rounder, but with the ball certainly he makes an impression.
Yes, important that the change works for Hong Kong China, because they've kept Bangladesh in check. They haven't run away with the game in the power play. They're 38 for 1, and Nasrullah's spell here would be very important.
It's in the air, tries of catch it, strikes in his very first delivery. Big wicket here, big break as well. That's a very soft dismissal, and Bangladesh in trouble now after losing their second wicket. Saif has to depart.
Yes, first ball from Nasrullah Rana, and the best possible result a bowler can have is a wicket, and straight away he has one. And pretty even Stevens now. 38 for 2 are Bangladesh in a spot of bother, as Hong Kong, they'll feel more confident from here on. Mohammad Saif Hassan came in, and now after 5 runs he has to go back. 2 for 38 Bangladesh.
Hong Kong China creating an opening for themselves in this first encounter against Bangladesh. They have done well so far. 2 batters back in the dugout. Tawhid Hridoy comes out, and what a time for him to come out as well. Loads of experience, 23 years of age, already registered a century, 14 50s. Brilliant average and a wonderful strike rate, over 2,000 runs as well. He'll hold the aces in this chase. He's off the mark with a gentle nudge.
It's crucial now. There's the wicket that just fell. Soft one, holding out easily to the man in covers in the circle. Mistiming a ball which was pitched up. And it's a crucial time in the game, especially for Bangladesh. They need a partnership. They need to do what Babar and Nazakat did for Hong Kong China. And Hong Kong would definitely want to do otherwise. They'll want to keep picking up the wickets.
They need a partnership here, Bangladesh. Pulls it, has not quite middled it. Will fall short of the fielder. He'll not change his approach here, Parvez Hussain. He's batting on a runner ball, 22.
Yeah, we'll have to see who does Babar Hayat for Bangladesh, because that was the kind of innings which was required to rebuild the innings. And then we saw power coming from him after he reached 50, 6 sixes later on in his innings. And there is the man on your screen now. What an incredible knock he played.
Quite certainly, 80 plus. How much of a power game this has gone on to become, Salman? How much? This time he's picked it. That's an audacious hit. That's a boundary towards mid-wicket. He's been in sublime form in the recent T20 series against India as well. And he's continuing that rich vein of runs today as well.
Yes, just a touch short. And it was enough for Hridoy to take advantage and put it over mid-wicket boundary for 4 runs. And this is what Bangladesh would need. A boundary and over and a few singles to get to the desired run rate and carry on the partnership. It's very important for Hong Kong to keep picking up wickets on regular intervals.
Yeah, we keep talking about. That's a very good second run. Just accessing the gaps in the outfield, open, wide spaces. Yeah, we talk about how much of a power game this has become.
Yes, it was worked well on the offside with soft hands. He knew the boundary is huge and the fielders were resting on the boundary. So a bit of game awareness here could have been better for the fielder to move in 5 to 10 yards from the boundary, knowing that it's big and it's an easy couple once a batter pushes it. Soft hands into the gap. It's not an easy ground to defend.
Quite a few fielders patrolling the deep on the leg side. I'll have to re-bowl that. We talk about class, we talk about timing, we talk about the conventional approach. How much of a power game and how much of the game advanced, Salman?
Well, certainly the power and the strength aspect in the batting has really come, and it's grown. Every year you see youngsters coming in, getting fitter, guys carrying more muscle, and they can operate, you know, stand their place, have a solid base and swing from there and get huge results, big sixes. And sometimes the 6 runs seems less when you see the size of the hit.
Tucks it for another single, but they're pushing for the second as well. This is brilliant running. And their coordination and their calling is superb as well. Tawhid and Parvez just applying the pressure in the middle. That's over number 7 done and dusted. Bangladesh 49 for 2. Well, Bangladesh in hot pursuit of 151. They started off with intent and aggression in the middle, and they found the boundary ropes with ease. But just when they were looking to go big, Hassan Khan struck very early. Good catch by Nasrullah Khan in the deep. That's when Jishan departed. And it was Parvez who played a very fine shot straight down the ground, but then hold out to the fielder at cover to depart for 5 runs. So 2 wickets down in the first 6 overs, and Hong Kong China certainly sniffing an opportunity over here.
It's important that Parvez now stays at a length and ensures a good partnership, a decent one for the cause of Bangladesh in this chase. And Tawhid with his experience will be very valuable. And he goes big. Over mid-wicket. This is a huge hit. Goes out of the ground. Bangladesh cross 50 in fine fashion. As Parvez, he gets a big one. So it's the 4th over of Atiq, and this time the batter, he had already lined him up. He was waiting for one in that place, and as soon as he saw the length, he swung it and he got it from the middle of the bat. One for the crowd.
Just checking his shot at the very last second over there. Was just readying himself for another one, Salman.
Yes, you could sense that even from the first one that he hit, that he was waiting the ball to be in that perfect slot. And once again, he was looking for the same thing. And he had opened up his front leg, but the ball, the length wasn't there, so he changed it. So it's good batting.
Look to go big once again. We've got to talk about left-handed batters. We have one sitting right besides me. Now we'll just take a look at that delivery, that 6 once again. How well he connected that Parvez. He's in his zone.
Yes, have a look at that. Opening his front leg, and this time the checking. I think there was a change of pace, and also the length was a bit different. And the line just a touch outside the off stump. And preventing the batter from going big.
Left-handers do come with their share of elegance and class. Salman, we were in awe of your style and the way you batted. What's with left-handers and the grace that they bring along?
Well, I think it's a God-gifted thing. There's nothing special that left-handers do. It's just the way they look. And I remember a friend of mine asking me sometimes that how do we make it? So I said, bat in front of the mirror, so you see a left-hander on the other side. Well, this one is again, and there's a fielder this time. It's taken. He wanted to go big over mid-wicket once again. Did not get the connection that he desired, and the fielder was waiting under it. A simple catch, and Bangladesh losing their way. They lose the 3rd wicket, and it's 55 for 3.
Well, this is the big wicket. Atiqul Rahman rewarded for his persistency in line and length. Anshuman Rat with that catch, and I must admit that Bangladesh are throwing it away after what's been a fine start for them. They've lost their third wicket. And problems here for them in this chase. Parvez, the informed batter, departs for 28. And Bangladesh now will need a partnership, 55 for 3.
कुछ भी नहीं है यहाँ पर सब खाली पड़ा है ठीक है एकदम चल आजा covering middle want to go
Uh, 24-year-old Shamim Hossain walks out to bat with his team in dire straits, chasing 151. They've lost 3 wickets inside 10 overs. Atikullah into his final delivery. And he gets off the mark with a single and will keep strike as well. But nevertheless, it's been a highly productive over here for Hong Kong China. They're very much in the mix. Done with over number 8, it's 56 for 3. Oh, you can get a lowdown on all the action from the Oman Cricket Academy. All you need to do is download the ACC app right away. And you can also subscribe to the YouTube channel at Asian Cricket Council TV to watch these matches live. Work to do. Fair to say that Parvez Hussain, Salman, just threw it away after a very good start.
Yes, he had hit one in the middle, and he should have just looked to carry on batting, because that's the way the approach was when Babar was batting. He took his time. The bowlers, when they were bowling well, he took his time. And it is one of those pitches where it's not always hit through the line. You have to pick your zones, pick your bowler, and the time when you're going after it. And he was well set when he went big. But Bangladesh, they've just been a bit careless while going for the shots one too many times in the same over. And it's Babar on your screens. He played those wonderful strokes, big ones, and sometimes it seemed that his hits actually should give him 8 runs, the size of his sixes, and a few flat ones. When the balls were in his zone, they were flying away off his bat. He carries a good piece of willow. Just have a look at those flat ones. And then this huge straight hit. 85 of 61 he got. So the last 35 runs that he scored came in 11 deliveries. First 50 of 50 balls, and then the next 11 deliveries fetching him 35.
Salman, contrasting Babar on display to the Babar you know?
Exactly. The one is, you know, he's great at playing along the ground in the gaps, and this one, well, he carries a lot of power in his arms. Just look at this strike rate after his 45 plus balls that he's faced, 281. Well, that's massive.
Yeah, they're just about finding a comeback over here, Hong Kong China. Talking about Parvez Hussain, Salman, he got that 6, he challenged the fielder. Those 4 deliveries.
Yes, he got one in his arc, and then he tried the next delivery, and then he was lucky to survive, but nothing stopped him. And even the fielder who was waiting on the boundary was still ready to take on that big risk. And in the end, he lost his wicket and cost his side at a very crucial time in the game.
We talk about shot selection a lot in contemporary cricket, conventional cricket. That line, is it being overused, overrated, or it really pertains a lot? We'll talk about that.
it's a simple game awareness. You see, naturally, when you've hit one over mid-wicket for a 6, definitely the bowler will bowl a slightly wider line. So he could have thought about going over extra cover, trying to get under the ball. The elevation was there, the length was there, but he just never thought about any other stroke. He rather was comfortable swinging it to the mid-wicket side, and that is where the batter's mental approach becomes very important. And cricketing strokes, well, they're there to play on any delivery. But it's just when you're not thinking, you're running towards the wrong target, and that is going out in the pavilion.
Gets an outside edge straight to the field at deep third. Thought will keep strike. That required run rate slowly inching towards 9 and over. We've done with over number 9. Work to do for Bangladesh. 58 for 3.
आयुष वार्निंग मिली हुई है ना भाई वार्निंग मिली है ना
Right, we have another match lined up later in the day. Sri Lanka A taking on Afghan Abdalian. It's double headers all the way in the men's T20 Emerging Team Asia Cup 2024. Yasim Murtaza begins with a wide.
Yasim's spell would be very important of how this chase goes for Bangladesh and how Hong Kong from here onwards, how good they will be in the middle overs to control this game, because they are in a good position. And this has been bowled slowly and swept. Just will be one to the batting side. So Yasim, well, he has got good control. We have seen him previously, he bowls slow. He can be difficult to get away.
You've got to back yourself at the fielding side right now. You could sense the pressure piling on the chase. We'll keep that simple, yeah. And that passage of play, we'll need to stay at the same time score quickly as well, Salman.
Yes, a very important one from over number 6 to the required run rate is above 8.5 now, and the over number 7 to 15 is very important. And goes big this time, and it will fall short of the fielder. Will just be one. Sometimes in this format, I've seen a lot of batters go like this, trying to go big and end up getting those one bounce singles where the fielders are entrusted, the bowler becomes entrusted, and it just falls short.
Yeah, we call that the spectator catch. They'll be pushing for the second yet again. Soft hands. And very good running as well.
It's good running, but I think the bowler has done well. He's bowling within the stumps, not giving any pace to the batters to work with. So they'll have to work hard, place the ball in the gaps, and will have to create shots at this pace and also time them really well.
Playing across the line.
Yeah, bowls another one which is slower than the previous deliveries, and the batter, he's already run a couple, and he's breathing heavily, trying to go big. Yasim is a clever operator. And this time, is there going to be a chance? Once again, that one bounce single, one more. And halfway through, Bangladesh A are 64 for 3.
And the players will also head into a water break quickly. Just the fluids and the juices that's needed at this stage. 63 for 3.
Alright, so we are at 64 for 3, 10 overs down. Make sure you're cheering for your favorite players in your team.
So Hong Kong, China were asked to bat first and they managed 150 on the back of Babar's excellent 85 of just 61. And Bangladesh in reply at the halfway stage is 64 for 3. It's a wonderful place, Oman. There are sights to see for the nature lover, architecture lover. The majestic mountains are waiting to greet you. They've got the biggest and the best desert as well, trust me. You choose the mode of transport. You want to swim, you want to dive, you want to go on a hot air balloon. There's something for everybody, every nature lover.
This ground is in a big valley, isn't it? There's mountains that surround 360 degrees. It really is a sight. You know, I really love coming here. It's a wonderful setting.
Absolutely, Dab. Wait for the sunset as well. It's a sight to behold. Just the layers of mountains that you see in different shades of brown enveloping the entire cricket ground that's in lush green, visible from a long distance. It's a play of colors, it's a play of nature. Yasim's just bowled an excellent over. Yeah, the rugged mountains overlooking a cricket match. That's the beauty of Oman. One of the million reasons I love coming back here.
And we've got a game in our hands too, Suhas. It's going to be a good finish. A lot of it will depend on this partnership, particularly Tawhid Ridhoy, who is on strike.
A subtle shot, that. Very sensible, very measured.
He just seems to be in control, doesn't he? To me, you know, he's not panicking yet. He's just setting a nice foundation from which he can accelerate later. And the most important thing now is you cannot hope to chase a total if you're losing wickets. So they have to do a little bit of a repair job while still being positive.
Took a little bit of risk with the shot, but in hindsight, it's only a single. Yeah, Bangladesh A have gone through 3 jolts so far. Ehsan started the proceedings as far as the wickets are concerned. This is a very good catch. Nasrullah Rana making no mistake whatsoever. And a soft dismissal where Azaz made no mistake on that occasion. And don't forget Anshuman Rath, with the sun right in his eyes, still spotting the ball because he knew the importance of that wicket. Oh, it's a no ball. And Ayush Shukla has got to ball another, with many forms of getting the batter out suspended.
In this format is a definite no-no, and sadly the free hit is going to come. The lucky batsman is what? Who's he? Akbar's going to get the free hit, so that's a very good position to be in if you're a batsman.
Well, the stump is cartwheeling, it doesn't matter. Akbar had the license to swing, so he did.
That's just another dot ball, wasn't it, really?
The most eventful one.
Yeah, it's an ugly, ugly shot, but lucky it was a free hit.
The sense of power that a batter can get as soon as he knows many forms are getting out are not there anymore. It's that kind of a shot. Now this is what transpired a ball ago. That was a no ball, and hence that free hit. That was a big no ball. That's safe, and that'll be 4. Wanting to be adventurous now, Akbar.
Yeah, and that's a good answer after being bowled off a free hit. But I'll tell you what, though, Suhas, the easiest place to play the game is where we are. You know, we make judgments, we make comments, but it's not an easy thing to do when you're out in the middle, when you're looking up and the bowler's running in and you have a strike rate to get to. Not easy, particularly when you first come in. And this boy Akbar, he'll have a job to do to not only score runs but also to have a partnership with Ridoy.
Absolutely right. Now once again going back to the single because he knew that a boundary has already been achieved. The required rate's 8.5. It's very manageable.
Provided you're not losing wickets, you know, but that's not to say you just play dot balls either. They've got to be positive. They've got to look for that boundary option and reduce the dot balls. Then I think they'll be okay. But if you continue to lose wickets, Suhas, it's going to be very difficult to reach that total.
Loving the captaincy from Rizaka. It's brought back Ayush Shukla. Knows the importance of Tauhid's wicket at this stage. Someone who's amassed runs for his side time and again in this calendar, in fact the highest. Oh, we'll come back for 2. The average age of this side is 22 and it shows with the way they run. 11 gone, 75 for 3. Height and distance, that's how you make the perfect recipe work for 6. A bit of parkour for the fielder in the deep to retrieve it.
Surely that's a welcome maximum for Akbar and certainly for Bangladesh. It takes the pressure off a little bit in this particular over, but you cannot rest on your laurels. Usually what teams will try and target, 1 over maximum, or minimum of 15 runs and over, minimum. So if you can get one with 20 or 20 plus, that's a game changer. This could be it.
Now with the experience of Yasim Mortaza, his reply is much awaited. He's danced down the track and hit this even better. Oh well. Babar did reach it, but it's burst through his hands. Babar's looking the other way and not towards Yasim, because in Yasim's book that should have been a catch.
Certainly, he got his hands to it, and all these make a big difference. If you can hold on to those catches, I know it's not easy. Again, it's very easy where we're sitting, but not an easy catch. But you've got to hold on. If you really want to win matches, you've got to hold those catches.
Yeah, the age-old adage, I should say. Catches win matches. That doesn't change. The format does, the color of the ball does, the day does, but that doesn't change. Now 66 or 52. Oh, it's gone again. And this time he removes the fielders out of the equation.
Well, that's right, another very, very good shot. And teams talk about these game-changing overs. We saw once or twice when Hong Kong batted. Now we're seeing it in this particular over. So you're looking at, what, 12 and 4's 16 runs, and there's still 3 balls to go. So this could be a very, very big one.
Akbar doesn't want to hold back. Loving this battle. Oh, puts in the slide, but he's actually pushed the ball beyond. Add 4 more. The language that Akbar is talking right now, 6-4, 6-4, is bringing the required rate down
to 6.72. It's under 7 runs and over now. It's just over a run a ball. So there you go. You know, when you're not losing wickets and you are scoring in this fashion, very difficult for the bowling team to restrict a total.
Only Akbar can do this. He can make a ground look small, and just the very next moment he can make it look big for the fielder approaching towards the ball. You're talking about a 15-run over. Here is a 21-run over with a ball to go. They've targeted Yasim.
Well, that's right too. From a bowling perspective, though, the very first ball is so important. And what we saw in that first ball and that over was a 6, and unfortunately that's the end of the over for the batting team, and a 96 for 3. Okay, there's evidence of what we're talking about. As a batting unit, if we get a boundary in that very first ball, we have to try and make it count. We make it count by going big. It doesn't always happen, but here it is. It's a wonderful over for the Bangladesh A team. But as a bowler, the bowling team, if we get hit for a boundary the very first ball, teams talk about making a huge effort to restrict ball 2 and ball 3. So you try as hard as you can to bowl either dot balls or give them singles, not multiple boundaries.
Oh, good slower delivery. That's the mix-up. Azaz. Change of pace seems to work for Azaz.
Well, that's right. You know, you've got to have some variation. It was a good attempt to bowl that off power ball, off break ball. So I think you need to do a little bit more of that, because this Akbar has got the measure of certainly of the spinner, and he'd be looking to do the same thing with the medium pacer. Oh, that's another no ball. No, that is again a no.
Azaz's front foot misbehaves, and in Captain Nazakat's book there is no space for this. It's got to be a free hit as well. And ran his fingers through it, but it's not the hand, it's the leg that caused the problem there for Azaz. It's going to be a free hit. Tawhid, 18 of 16. Is this the kind of a shot he wants to play that'll bring him in form? Yes, it shall! Bang! Straight down the ground for 4. 100 comes up for Bangladesh. Oh, it's gone the distance.
That's the worst possible outcome. When you bowl the no ball and the next one goes for a boundary 6. 7 runs off 1 ball. That's it really is not recommended from the bowling team, particularly when Ridho is on stroke.
Just the kind of shot that he wanted to come back in form, Tawhid. 24 or 17 now. Oh, it's a repercussion of the previous shot. This will be 4. Tawhid is back in form.
And guess what? The run rate is under 6 now. So really there's no pressure. They can just cruise along. What they don't want to do now is to lose wickets. So they've got themselves in a wonderful winning position. And they can do this on a trot. No problem at all.
They looted 21 of the previous over, but 12 of this already.
Now, how are they going to get a wicket? That's what they want. The Hong Kong Chinese team, look, they have to get a wicket. Who is the one that's going to get a wicket? It's going to be very difficult for them now because there's no pressure on the batting team.
Now it's going to be a boundary. And for the first time, the equation will read less number of runs to get than the balls available. 43 in 45. 50 partnership comes up as well with that shot. Missed this completely. Now the keeper had to come up to try and curtail Tawhid from freeing his arms and using his feet.
And just in, what, 29 deliveries. 53 in 29 deliveries. That's game changing, and we're just witnessing a a bit of a slow death for the Hong Kong team, unless they get 1 or 2 wickets, and that's not going to happen unless Bangladesh play some rash shots.
That's fantastic keeping from Zishan. There was good pace and a little bit of movement. Zishan had his hands in the right position. I think that shall warm the heart of a coach. Dav?
Surely. You've got to keep your eye on the ball for sure. That ball was very close to a wide, but because the bat's moved across, no wide. And the score now is 109 for 3. Well, some of them are having a good time, aren't they? I'm pretty sure they're all Bangladeshi fans, just looking at that green flag with the red dot in the middle. They'll be very happy. There's a selection of just wonderful hitting by the Bangladeshis. And young, the left arm spinner took an absolute, Yassin took an absolute belting in that over.
But they didn't stop with Yasim. The very next over as well, they kept the runs going, Tawhid and Akbar. And Bangladesh A get the much needed momentum. Huge appeal, and this time he'll return with a wicket. Tawhid cannot believe it. Hassan gets the breakthrough, much needed. The partnership has been broken.
And it's the big wicket of Ridoy too. Let's have a look at this. My sense is that it's missing leg stump. Oh no, that was pretty much back leg, struck in front of leg stump. That's going all the way. It's not turning, and it's not going over the top either. So that was a good decision. The batsman's obviously a little annoyed, probably with himself. That was a good wicket. Now, there was no need for that. You know, now you're opening the door slightly for the Hong Kong team. 29 runs, 22, good effort, but could have gone on. And the score's 109 for 4.
$109 for 4. Shamim Hussain comes out to bat. 1,210 runs. Now a bit more as he starts to tick here.
Well, here's that wicket again. Torrid Ridoy. Bowler balls wicket to wicket. It's very difficult to try and play across it, particularly when it's a good length. So you play that at your peril. If you miss it and it's wicket to wicket, there's every chance the umpire's getting a bit nervous and he'll put his finger up, and that's exactly what happened.
This is excellent from Hassan. Remember, he was inheriting 2 overs that were plundered runs. The runs were plundered of them.
2.5 overs for what, 7 runs. Wonderful effort.
That's how you build momentum for your side. That's how you steal momentum from the opposition. A single is a great result at this stage, as far as Hassan's concerned. Now can he get rid of Akbar as well? Shamim's a new man, remember. Akbar has quietly gone back to the singles, if you see. 111 for 4. Hassan's after it himself. A bowler is the best fielder of his own bowling. He ran all the way, even though he saw support arrive.
It's in his interest, isn't it? He's protecting his bowling figures. Yeah, look, the run rate required now is still 6.3, very much doable. No need to panic. You can do it in singles. The odd bad ball comes along, you just whack it for 4, and the game's over, well before the 20th over.
Hassan's got to weave his magic here. He's not a big turner of the ball, remember, but he's always challenging the batter by making him a candidate for LBW. 112 for 4 after 14. Yeah, the ACC Men's T20 Emerging Teams Asia Cup 2024. We promise you a double header today. Sri Lanka A are ready to take on Afghanistan.
Yeah, that promises to be a really good game. We'll have to wait long to see that. Two good teams, but all players are looking to impress, to get promotion to the main team. And that'll be a beauty.
Yeah, there are 8 teams at the ACC Men's T20 Emerging Teams Asia Cup 2024. Group A, Sri Lanka A, Bangladesh A, Afghanistan A, and Hong Kong, China. And this is a contest from Group A. (32 of 19). Akbar has played his part already. Now I think his role has changed. His role has become the circuit breaker. Stay there till the end.
Well, that's right, and he's done all the hard work to get the team into a position. Now it's a cruise mode, it should be. But if he plays a rash shot and gets out, then the second set batsman is gone as well. That's going to be another 2. There'll be a couple.
Yeah, he's resorting to singles and twos at the moment. That also allows Shamim to get going.
And to me, Shamim's job is to give the strike to Akbar. He's the one in form. He's the one that's the aggressor. 34 runs in 20 balls is very good. So the lefty really should be giving him the strike. But if he gets one in his own in his area, he's got to support that and hit the boundary as well.
Base, and they're quietly tucking it away, Bangladesh A batters. And also because the equation has come down to a stage where quiet singles will do the trick. Akbar has asked for some water. I'm very sure not just water, but a lot of messages would be packed in that bottle. Sri Lanka A closely watching the game, trying to find out what exactly is the surface doing.
That's the beauty about it, of playing in the second game. You have a little sneak look at how the pitch is behaving, who's bowling well, is it pace or is it spin?
The line is something that he would want to reconsider. That's another innocuous delivery in the books of Akbar. All he had to do was offer a little bit of bat. A single was always available on the leg side. Lots of real estate on the leg side. 34 of 32. I'm very inquisitive to see what Nizakat does now. Captain Nizakat. Yes, he decides to go back for spin. He's quietly suggested to one of his bowlers, it's going to be you from the other end.
Yeah, what he's done is, brought in an extra fieldsman in that ring too, to try and somehow or other stem the flow of singles. So we have 5 fieldsmen in that run-saving position, and that's a wide. Sadly, he tried his best to bowl a cutter, and unfortunately lost a bit of control. Extra run.
Yeah, Nasrullah's got one of the best slower deliveries. It's just that he hasn't angled it well in this occasion. He's going back to the cross seam delivery here. He seems to do that. Nasrullah. Oh, it might be cross seam, but if it's in the slot, it's going to be out of the park. Akbar doesn't hold back.
No, he doesn't either. He's shown a fondness for hitting down the ground, and he's done that very well. So he certainly put his team in a very commanding position. And with just 2 balls to go before the last 5 overs, they're cruising. Now the run rate is just 6.19 required.
That's comfortably a 6. There comes the confirmation. 41 of 22 for Akbar. It's an innings worth its weight in gold. And mind you, very soon you would see a sticker on his bat. Very soon. That's epitome of control, but he's going to get at least 2 here. Oh no, add 2 more. Babar cannot believe it, Nasrullah cannot believe it. 16 of this over, 15 gone, 128 for 4.
बॉलिंग ठीक की है ओए थोड़ा अंदर चला सा थोड़ा अंदर साहब तू उधर ही ठीक है
What a T20 game. It just takes 2 to take it away. And that's exactly what's happened. Captain Akbar Ali has played the role of just turning the tables on the opposition. At one time, it looked like that this match will go down to the wire, and probably Bangladesh A would find themselves staring down the barrel. But a couple of big overs have changed it completely. Have a look at that. That's this should have been stopped, really. Babar once again with that effort of rolling or over and trying to stop that ball. He's already jammed his knee once into the turf. That's a really ordinary delivery, and he's got himself a wicket on it. It was down the leg side, a half tracker, and he's found the fielder. Captain Akbar Ali has been sent back.
Yes, he's gone for 45, but he's got his side into a commanding position, and he would think that this delivery was there to be taken for runs, but unfortunately he's picked up the fielder, who's taken decent catch that on the boundary. And Akbar Ali, after scoring a mighty effective 45 of 24 deliveries, he'll have to go back, and Bangladesh A are 129 for 5.
Yeah, the singles can do it now because they require 21 of 26. And still, half the side is still available to them to bat. I think the ball travels further than it should. I was asking a question, how far up are we from the sea level? He just when Babar was batting, and then earlier on, the opener from Bangladesh, it's just a flick, and the ball goes flat and just keeps traveling.
Yes, I remember talking about the same thing with Mikhail, and definitely the ball seems to carry further than the fielders think underneath it, and obviously the guys who haven't played much cricket in Oman, for them it's something to judge. As over number 16 is bowled, and Bangladesh 131 for 5.
Next up, Sri Lanka A versus Afghanistan A, right here at the Oman Cricket Academy. Second game of the men's T20 Emerging Teams Asia Cup. That's Sri Lanka A for you. Oh, should have been taken. Should have been taken in the context of the game when you got lesser runs, or is it off the bounce? It looks like.
Well, it was hit hard. We'll have a look once the replay comes.
He's played that in the air, but will be of no opportunity for a fielder in the deep. We'll wait for the umpire's signal on that.
Yes, wonderfully swept over the boundary for another maximum. And Bangladesh A are now running towards the target. With this 6, they move on to 137. And still waiting for the signal, but it is long way over the boundary, and I wonder whether the sun was intercepting the fielder and he couldn't see. Once again, use of the feet and placing it easily on the onside for a 1. So Sikandar in the middle, an innings by Akbar Ali, enabling Bangladesh A now to get to the target comfortably. At least from here on it should be very comfortable. This is the Afghanistan A team along with some of the members of the Sri Lanka A team.
Just looking at a few positives, Babar Hayat's innings and then Ehsan Khan's spell of 4 overs, 12 for 3. He bowled really well, just giving away 12 runs and 3 wickets to his name, Ehsan.
Well ball, Anchi.
Just be a single there. So with 3 overs to go, Bangladesh A need 11 runs of 18 deliveries. I beg your pardon, 10 runs now of the last 3 overs. That's 18 deliveries, 141 for 5, and that's the chunk in the middle. Tawheed and Akbar formed that partnership that was required.
Yes, and Akbar doing it in a strike rate of nearly 190. Mighty effective there, where the team really needed him. They were early, had a bit of trouble, lost 3 wickets, but then the captain took the responsibility and made sure that the team went to the target comfortably. They're on course now. Another couple to the total. They get to 143, and 8 more runs required with 17 balls remaining. Once again swept, and and should be an easy single.
Akbar was really on the money. The captain himself realized that he needs to take that calculated risk that was available, and that paid off. Now it's all about taking singles, just pushing the ball around. That will do the job. They're now a big hit away. One maximum and they'll be home, Bangladesh. They require 6 of 15 deliveries. So we're just talking about just looking at that game. Few positives for Hong Kong, China. Of course, Babar Hayat, his knock, and then Ehsan's spell of 4 overs, 3 for 12. And they'll take that forward into their next game. It's trying to hit everything hard, as hard as possible. Shamim. Come back for easy 2.
It was flighted, and was asking or tempting the batter to go big and finish off the target in style. But just have a look at this. Bowler tossing up and asking the batter whether he dares to go big, and why not. Once again, well bowled, just delayed the delivery. Just a touch longer in the stride, and the over bowled now. 18 gone, and it's 149 for 5.
This is Akbar Ali, the captain of Bangladesh, not so long ago. 45 to his name, and they were enough to take Bangladesh's chase ahead in terms of deliveries available. He came around when the team was struggling, but then he made sure that his 45 of 24 does the job, and it has. Now it's only 2 required to win this in the last 2 overs. Wicket-keeper batter, the captain of Bangladesh, Akbar Ali. 149 for 5. Smashes that one, and the scores are level with that single in this opening match of the ACC Men's T20 Emerging Teams Asia Cup. Bangladesh looking to score their first 2 points in the points table. And there it is. Bangladesh have crossed that finishing line, and they've done very well to get to that 151 that was required with 10 balls to spare, and they won this game by 5 wickets here at the Oman Cricket Academy.
Yes, they've done it pretty easily in the end. Earlier on in the first 10 overs, they lost 3 wickets and they were about 60 runs. But then came Akbar Ali, and he took the responsibility and smashed the bowling all over the park. And he scored 45 of 24 balls, and was in a good partnership and taking Bangladesh across the line easily in the end. And Bangladesh winning by 5 wickets, securing the points and the first win of the tournament. And like you said, some positives from Hong Kong were Babar Hayat and Ehsan. Babar getting 85 of 61, and Ehsan Khan bowling brilliantly. Gave away 14 runs and picked up 3 wickets in his quota of 4 overs. But in the end, the Hong Kong bowlers were not good enough to defend the 150 runs.
That's the winning shot there. Needed that 1 run to get to that finishing line and get those points going on the table. And happy Bangladesh fans who've been out there in the sun supporting their teams. 5 wickets is the margin of victory between the 2 sides in this opening game. 151 for 5 in 18.2 overs. There'll be a lot to look out for in the tournament in terms of young talent who will be coming and showcasing what they're made of. And today Hong Kong also would not be very sad. Their 150 was good, a good score. We'll learn a thing or two now to defend totals here as the tournament progresses. But yeah, they deserve an applause, the crowd here, who've been screaming, shouting and supporting every single run taken in that chase. And why shouldn't they be happy? Some of these stars would probably represent Bangladesh very soon. And that is how we see talent coming up. First T20, first emerging Asia Cup in the T20 format.
Yes, earlier on there was some trouble for the Bangladeshis. Lost 2 wickets. Jishan and Saif went early. That Pervez scoring the initial 28 and Tawheed 29. They formed the initial partnership, and then came Akbar Ali scoring 45 of 24 and enabling Bangladesh, giving them the ease that they require to get to the target in the end with 10 balls to spare.
Yeah, it was really Tawheed and Akbar who did the damage. This was the start of Bangladesh A. They got around 30 odd runs in the power play and went after the bowling, but then they lost 2 quick wickets, as you mentioned, Salman, and that put pressure on them. It was the spinner who was introduced, Hassan, in the power play, and the slowing down of the bowling worked for them. This was a soft dismissal really in covers, and that is when 2 wickets were down inside the 10 overs, and they got hardly any runs on the board. But after that, Tawheed and Akbar started scoring runs, and that partnership of theirs, the highlight of it was that both the batters scored at a 150 plus strike rate.
Yes, some big hitting in the middle there again. We saw Babar earlier, and then this was Akbar Ali's innings that really mattered in the end for Bangladesh. He came in and hit the ball all around the park, hitting big, and Hassan kept bowling well. He came in and he stopped the flow of runs, kept on picking wickets, but he never found any support from the other end. And elegant strokes were played, and well-timed boundaries, sixes were all there for Bangladesh to take. And this was Akbar Ali's highest score, 45, when he perished. And in the end, another 6, which was swept over the boundary. And easy victory for Bangladesh.
Ehsan Khan, the highlight there. 4 overs, 3 for 12 for Hong Kong, China, and then a wicket each for Atiqullah and Nasrullah. And managed to get 5 wickets and conceded 151 runs. Quick look at the summary. It was Bangladesh who won the toss and put Hong Kong into bat. It was Babar Hayat who scored that 85 of 61 along with his captain Nazakat. That did the bulk of the scoring. 150 for 8. Babar was of the view that maybe 15 short. That could have been the case. Bangladesh A 151 for 5 with 10 balls to spare and 5 wickets in hand. Time for a short break. When we come back, we'll have the prize distribution. Welcome back to the Oman Cricket Academy, and this is the summary of that first opening game. Hong Kong 150 for 8 after being asked to bat first. Babar got 85 of 61. Nazakat got 25. Bangladesh in response, getting to 151 for the loss of 5 in 18.2 overs, winning this match by 5 wickets. Time for us to head down for the presentation with Mikhail and the guests.
Bangladesh are off to a winning start in the Emerging Teams Asia Cup 2024. It's been a dominant performance and they register their first points as well in this competition. Fair to say it's the bowlers of Bangladesh who set it up and reduced the Hong Kong China to 150 for 8. And in the chase, the batters made merry as they went on to win this game by 5 wickets and 8 balls to spare, or should I say 10. That's been the kind of dominant effort they put across at this wonderful venue. Hello, good evening and welcome to the post-match presentation of the ACC Men's T20 Emerging Teams Asia Cup 2024. The Asian Cricket Council would firstly like to thank Oman Cricket for putting up a splendid effort in getting this tournament through on day one. At this time, I'd also like to take the opportunity to welcome on stage a guest who will be giving away the player of the match, Mr. Paul Sheridan, Vice Chairman Oman Cricket. Thank you so much for your presence, sir. Wonderful to have you. Right, what a match we witnessed. Bangladesh prevailing, getting those much needed 2 points, and we'll begin by first talking to the captain who came second in this match, Mohammad Nizakat Khan, the captain of Hong Kong China. If you could come by. At the halfway stage, Nizakat, you felt 150 was enough first up.
Well, yeah, you know, as I said on the toss, that 160 plus we are looking for, but you know, the way our batters batted on this wicket was very good. We had a very slow start in first 10 overs, but I'll give credit to Babar Hayat, you know, the way he finished the inning off.
Right, you had your moments as well when defending this target of yours. 55 for 3 at one stage was Bangladesh. You all did get into a huddle. You felt there was a chance and an opening for you?
Well, again, you know, I'm going to say that first 10 overs with the ball was fantastic from our bowlers. And then we slipped down a little bit and, you know, we gave them a momentum. And that's where, you know, we could not come back from there.
That you'll want to come back harder in the next game of yours, something you'll want to improve upon when you play your next match?
Well, of course, you know, our bowling, you know, after 10 overs especially, we have to make sure that we have to do that well. And even in power play with the bat, you know. But, you know, this tournament is an opportunity for us. We have a very young team and it's all about learning every game.
Right, tough luck, Nizakat, but certainly you'll have the quality to come good in the next game. All the very best.
Thank you so much.
All right, captain of the team that came second in this contest versus Bangladesh, Nizakat Khan. Quick chat with the captain of Bangladesh, Akbar Ali. Well, he'll be delighted with this effort. A 5-wicket win, much to the cheer of the crowd who've turned up in large numbers. You can give them a big hi as well. They've been supporting you all through.
Yeah, thank you so much to the fans, and I would like to see them again in our next match.
Right, good toss to win, and you'll be mighty pleased that your bowlers responded.
Yeah, I guess it was good toss to win, and the way bowlers executed very well in the first 15 over. But I will say there is some room for improvement in the slog overs.
You talk about room for improvement. What was going through your mind when you came out to bat?
I guess it was par score, or maybe they were 10-20 runs short, but I think the way we started our batting, it's fantastic, and we knew that we need just 1 or 2 big overs, and we are there, so exactly that happened.
Right, we talk about quality, options, variety. You have all of that in the side. A word on Ripon Mandal, the way he bowled in conditions that were helpful.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't say that the conditions are really helpful for the seamers, but he set the tone from the first ball, so big credit to him.
Right, certainly big credit. Made the job easier for the batting side and the captain as well.
Yeah, sure.
Right, very well played. Congratulations on a very fine start.
Thank you.
You certainly got all boxes ticked in this contest of yours. Thank you, captain.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Captain of the winning side, Bangladesh, Akbar Ali. And it's time to announce the player of the match. And for that, I request Mr. Paul Sheridan to kindly give away the player of the match medallion. And it's a no contest in announcing the player of the match for this game. It's the bowling that set up the win for Bangladesh, and it's the pace and hostility of Ripon Mandal. 4 for 24 in his 4 overs. He walks away with the player of the match award. Was quick, got the ball to move, got the ball to climb. He was very impressive. Mr. Sheridan, you can give away the player of the match medallion as well to Ripon Mandal. There he is. 4 for 24. 4 wickets for him, and he got 2 wickets in 1 over in the third, the innings, to break the back of the Hong Kong-China batting. Ripon, happy?
Yes, Alhamdulillah, happy.
Yeah, you have a lot of fans there who believe in Ripon Mandal.
Thank you for support us. Inshallah, next match, I hope you coming again.
Right, what was the instructions given by your captain, Akbar Ali, when he gave the ball to you? Did he give you a certain instruction, or he told, go there, Ripon, bowl the rippers in the middle?
No, he when I saw the batsman video and me and captain talked to, and then I come and bowl. So our first plan to bowl hard length, then we bowl there and execute well, then we success.
What does this mean to you? Player of the match in the very first game of this competition, young and raring to go. What does this player of the match award mean to you?
তোমার জন্য এটা কতটা গুরুত্বপূর্ণ যে তুমি প্রথম ম্যাচে ম্যান অফ দ্য ম্যাচ হলো, তো এটা তোমার জন্য কতটা মিনিংফুল?
Alhamdulillah, first of all, Alhamdulillah, and it's most important throughout the tournament. First game, like me, man of the match is like confidence more high, and inshallah I try to next match more better.
Right, a quick question: was it helping the seamers first up in the afternoon conditions? The pitch was helping the fast bowlers.
If they are hit good length, it's like little bit movement.
I'll tell you what, you bowled 24 deliveries, you hit good lengths in every one of them. Very well done, congratulations.
Thank you, and thank you.
Well, a very delighted Ripon Mandal, player of the match in this encounter, 4 for 24 in his 4 overs, and quite certainly he set up this win for Bangladesh. He went on to win with 5 wickets and 10 balls to spare. Good start for them. That's it from the presentation area.
Thank you, Mikhail. And this is coming up next, men's T20 emerging teams Asia Cup. It's Sri Lanka A facing off Afghanistan A not so long from now. So we'll take a little breather. When we come back, we'll have more action from the Oman Cricket Academy.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.